Why do I look like a Tony Hawk American Wasteland character? Well, it's because when we were doing our Twilight movie marathon like a year ago, a buddy of mine named Ridley had this shirt and he gave it to me and I thought it was cool. And then today, a friend of mine let me have this Shadow the Hedgehog chain. And I thought the two of these together was one of the most diabolical fits I could put together, so that's why I'm in this ensemble. But it's also like perfectly matching today's video because the vibe is right on the money for crypto bro degeneracy. So the big story today is about the 13-year-old that rugged people with his Quant shitcoin. CoffeeZilla posted a video going in depth on it into the nitty gritty. I'm here just to point and laugh at the whole thing. So if you want like actual smart discussion on it, definitely check out Voidzilla for his coverage.
Meme coins, Gen Z in particular has gotten interested with one called Gen Z Quant rug pulling a token recently, and well, it kind of went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Well, oh, it was nuked. Why is it nuked?
No way.
Oh,
Holy holy
You full clip.
holy thanks for the 20 bandos.
Imagine being a grown-ass adult and putting your hard-earned cash into a meme coin called Gen Z Quant that is made by an actual toddler, a milk-drinking, pudding-eating, fidget-spinning baby, and then being surprised that you lost money on it. Even if he didn't blatantly rug you and spit in your face laughing at you for being a deplorable idiot, you still should have never treated that as some kind of Galaxy Brain investment. That was always going to just be a donation to Chuck E. Cheese troop. That is the stupidest shit ever. Now, I know crypto's blowing up huge again. Trust me, I'm well aware of that. But this is not how you get ahead of the curve. Like, I know FOMO is huge, you know, fear of missing out, so everyone's just putting as much money as they can, throwing all their clams into every shitcoin imaginable, hoping for these moonshots. But this is just a new level. This is turbo moron shit that not even Patrick Starr would recommend. You would have had a better chance of making money if you took $1,000 and just asked a random person on the street to double it for you. It's so incomprehensibly stupid, and it only gets worse, by the way.
So look, I don't know. There's so much here, from pretending you aren't selling
Wait, what?
he said, wait,
Wait,
what?
I'm so confused.
to like, what's going on? To the double middle fingers, you know, to the thanks for the 20 bands.
Thanks for the 20 bandos.
Now, in total, he made about $30,000 on this coin. He then launched another coin called I'm Sorry, where he rug pulled that for about $10,000, and then launched another coin about his dog, which he also rug pulled for another $10,000.
The kid said, you know what's better than scamming dummies once? Twice. And you know what's better than 2 times? 3. This man went for the back-to-back-to-back triple heat scammerooski. And every time people kept putting money into it, and he kept rugging them. He made 50 grand off people putting money into his shitcoins. So he rugged them the first time with Quant. Then you've got all of the investors hitting their whippets and feeling really sorry for themselves. So the kid comes back with the I'm Sorry coin. They're like, okay, maybe this is the redemption arc. I'll put money into this one. Surely it won't happen again. Bang. It happens again. And then fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I need to check myself into the Arkham Asylum, a mental institution. I need to be fucking locked up because somehow they went back again. Not just for seconds, for thirds. They bought into another shitcoin from the kid, which he rugged immediately too. He rugged the same people 3 times for a profit of $50,000. Holy shit. This wasn't taking candy from a baby. This was a baby taking candy from you.
You can see that all here. Here's his $30,000 rug pull. Then he does the sorry rug pull for $13,000, I guess. And then finally, his dog Lucy rugs for $11,000. And I got to say, the third time, maybe you could have said the first time, he caught you. The second time, he got you. You said sorry, you thought it was real. The third time, you deserve that one. Actually, if you bought into this, you probably deserved all 3. It's very... it's embarrassing that this is like a popular thing.
CoffeeZilla pins the tail on the donkey. You deserve all 3. 100%. It is beyond embarrassing. Being an adult with money and investing in a 13-year-old's meme coin on a fucking service called Pump.Fun, which, by the way, Compilation brings it up in his video, so I recommend you check that out if you want more insight on it. Pump.Fun is the one that makes all of the money from these, and your odds of actually making money from it are unbelievably low, to the point where you almost have the same odds of just winning the lottery straight up. Like, people go in there with the assumption that, oh, I'm here early, yes, it's probably a scam, but I will be the one that capitalizes off the scam. The data actually suggests, and Coffeezilla goes over it, that is so rare because you fail to take into account the insider trading. You're not the one that's in on the scam, you are the victim, no matter how much you think you're not. So, you will likely never be the one that benefits from the rug that inevitably comes with these shitcoins. Now, the story is still not over because the kid that created Quant, well, it actually didn't die with the rug pull. You see, some of the people that put money into it were so salty that they decided to run it up, and they brought the market cap to a crazy number. I don't remember exactly what the number is, but they drove the value through the fucking roof.
Tens of millions of dollars of market cap. The kid's supply, they say, would have supposedly been worth, like $2 million or $1.2 million. You can see that here. His original holdings worth $1.28 million. And then they doxed the kid, which, is really bad. But I think it's funny. Like, people are like, ooh, we got you because you rugged us and then we made it worth a lot of money. But you would have never done that if he didn't rug pull you. I don't know. It's just so, it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, it sounds like cope from people who are trying to do a secondary scam where they got scammed and then they need people to buy in so they can get out of the token.
Apparently the logic was they wanted to make the kid feel bad, like, you got 30 grand, but your supply could have actually been worth millions, That was the thought process there, like, make him feel like a fucking idiot for it. Not us, the adults that got scammed by a 13-year-old. But as Coffeezilla said, it really feels like the reason they did that is because they lost that money, they got upset about it, so then they pumped it themselves in order to get other people to buy into it so they could get out. So that way they could get their money back from the scam. So the whole thing is a fucking mess. It is degeneracy from top to bottom here. And they doxed the 13-year-old as well. It's just craziness that grown adults that are capable of using a computer are not capable of recognizing that giving money to a 13-year-old's shitcoin is a bad idea. And then not only that, they do it again. And then they do it again. That is literally putting your hand on a hot stove 3 times before you realize that it's hot. And in fact, I don't even know if they came to that conclusion because he stopped at 3 shitcoins as far as I could tell. If he launched a 4th shitcoin, he could have probably kept doing this and continuously farming them forever. An infinite money glitch off of the same people that he initially scammed. Like, that's mind-boggling. So yeah, I just had to talk about this because holy shit. That's really about it. So yeah. There are so many scams out there, and some of them are downright ridiculous that you have to ask yourself, how could anyone ever fall for these? Such as the classic Nigerian prince, I have millions of dollars, but the US government won't let me transfer it to my bank account. Can I send it to your bank account to send back to me? That kind of thing, and we'll split the profits or whatever. And then it ends up with people losing all of their money, or those random cold call tech support messages. Hello, I work for Microsoft and your calculator has a virus. We're going to need 4 Bitcoin in order to solve this. This is an official Microsoft representative. And somehow those scams actually succeed. Usually the victims are geriatric, they're on the older side of things, so they're not tech savvy and end up getting caught hook, line, and sinker in these. But there are oftentimes scams that do hit a younger generation, like crypto scams or RuneScape, God rest all of the souls that fell victim for the free armor trimming or money duping scams. I myself, even well into my adulthood, have fallen for RuneScape scams. But today I want to share with you, by far, the stupidest scam I have ever seen. And this one was trying to target insurance companies, which is like trying to scam on Ultra Nightmare mode. 2 intellectual scholars hatched the genius scheme of intentionally giving one of them frostbite in both of his legs so that they need to be amputated and claim over $1 million in insurance money. They hatched this plan where it was an accident, something had gone wrong and he lost both of his legs, and thus insurance would need to give them a huge, fat, chunky payday, tons of doubloons. But as you'll see, things didn't quite go according to plan. And even if they did, it's the stupidest plan in the world to intentionally get rid of both of your legs to try and scam the insurance company and then split that money. That's the second time someone mentioned that guy. I'll look it up. So it was a college student who amputated his legs on purpose by getting frostbite for an insurance scam. Student alleges friend convinced him to amputate legs to claim $1.7 million in insurance money. The 23-year-old kept his feet in a bucket of dry ice for 10 hours and later claimed the frostbite was a result of riding a scooter at night. 23-year-old university student in Taiwan has had his legs amputated in an alleged insurance scam gone wrong. Seems like it went right. That was like the whole plan. This went all according to the scheme. In fact, it couldn't have gone more right for him. Taiwan's Criminal Investigation Bureau recently announced the student, identified as Chang, has been charged with insurance fraud as a result of the scheme. According to local media reports, Chang allegedly kept his feet in a bucket filled with dry ice for 10 hours, leading to severe frostbite and necrosis below the knee. He applied for compensation from 8 insurance policies after the amputation, allegedly hoping to pocket $1.7 million, and claimed the frostbite was the result of riding a scooter at night. I really feel like $1.7 million and losing both of your legs is not worth it. You should at least be going for 8 figures. Like, $1.7 million is a ton of fucking money, but that's not like set for life type money like generational wealth or anything. Especially to give away both of your legs. Man lost both his legs and got a felony charge. Yeah. Yikes. Doctors since something was off, though, noting an absence of shoe or sock marks and the symmetry of his injuries. The weather conditions on the night of the alleged incident were also not consistent with frostbite. Beyond that, Chang had taken out multiple insurance policies just days earlier. Chang allegedly worked with a co-conspirator, also 23, and identified as Lau. Chang claimed Lau was the mastermind behind the scheme, concocting a story that gang members were after him for an outstanding debt, when in reality, Lau had incurred financial losses from trading cryptocurrency. Oh my god. Is there a bigger clown on the planet? Could there be a bigger clown on the planet? This is worse than getting cucked. This is like 10x in terms of humiliation. You let your crypto bro friend convince you to get your legs amputated so you could make up for his financial losses? What a waste. What a fucking buffoon. The duo were originally high school classmates. The indictment reportedly states on January 26, 2023, Chang and Lau rode scooters to purchase dry ice in New Taipei City's Shangchong district. They later returned to Lau's residence in Taipei City, Zhongshan district, where he used cable ties to restrain Chang to a chair while he immersed his feet in dry ice from 2 a.m. until shortly after noon. Wait, this no longer sounds consensual. He tied him to the chair and left him there? Lau took photos and recorded some of the incident on his phone per the indictment. What? Why would you do that if this is supposed to be a fucking insurance scam? You're recording evidence to the contrary. How dumb is this guy? How stupid can you possibly be? There's photos of it on Reddit. Hold on, I've got to take a peek. It's not like... So the pictures aren't like gruesome or anything. It's just a picture of his friend tied down with zip ties with his legs in a bucket of dry ice. What in tarnation? Why was he tied up if it was consensual? It's probably like one of those things where even though you go into it knowing full well like you're committing to it, you're going to try and let it rip. When you actually get in the Crucible in the Thunderdome, you start panicking and freaking out, like, and run away or whatever, fight or flight response. So maybe this was to prevent that, and he agreed to it. I don't know. Honestly, probably the dumbest plan I've ever heard of in my life. Chang went to the hospital on January 28th, and his legs were amputated below the knees following more than a week of treatment. While he initially obtained nearly $10,000 through insurance claim, that money has since been seized by prosecutors, and both Zhang and Lau have been charged with fraud and embezzlement. Somewhat unbelievably, a similar insurance scam unfolded in Missouri in November. What? How can there be multiple people this stupid on the planet? What? I swear, like, you don't need to look further than a couple of headlines to realize that we are actually just getting dumber as a species, for sure. In that case, a Missouri man staged farm equipment accident to appear as though he had lost his feet to a brush hog, a type of rotary mower, in hopes of making an insurance claim. But when responding medics and law enforcement officers arrived at the scene, the man's feet were nowhere to be found and his injuries appeared to be too clean to be the result of a brush hog. The man in his 60s was a known paraplegic in his lower extremities, and authorities were immediately curious about the tourniquets on his legs and who applied them. So this is a little different. This Chang had 2 fully functional legs that he parted with for $10,000. This guy was apparently a paraplegic and sacrificed his feet to try and get some insurance money. That's different. Chang is still significantly fucking dumber. According to police, the man had been aided in the attempted scam by a Florida man who had cut off the man's legs with a hatchet. That's like some Winnie the Pooh blood and honey type shit. Investigators later determined that the incident has been an attempt to make a faulty insurance claim, but because the man never formally filed the false claim, he was not charged or identified. According to police, days after they responded to the scene, a relative found the man's feet in a bucket on the property, which had been obscured by tires. So he kept it as like a little souvenir, like a trophy. According to the Bureau, Lau and Zhang were both charged with fraud, aiding and abetting serious injury. After the detention on January 17th, the authorities said that Zhang received one insurance payout of $7,200. However, it will be seized, and the insurance providers canceled the other claims filed following the incident due to the short period between receiving the policies and filing them. Rest in peace to both of his legs, and also all of his financial future. He's getting a fucking felony slapped on top of this. All that for nothing. Less than nothing. All that for significantly less than nothing. And there's yet another case in Slovenia where a woman cut off her hand with a circular saw for $1.2 million insurance scam. She's now serving a 2-year jail sentence. Are insurance scams even easy in the first place? I feel like they probably were a while ago, but it became so common with people faking insurance claims after getting hit by a car that they probably cracked down on it in a big way. I feel like it's probably pretty fucking tough these days. You were the victim of one? That's called ambulance chasing. It's not necessarily the same thing. I'm talking about like the classic fucking red-blooded American good old-fashioned insurance scam where you run in front of a car that's barely moving, throw yourself on it, and start hooting and hollering. You know, that's true. Maybe with the rise of dash cams and just general cameras everywhere, it might be just harder because of that. Back in 2001, there was a guy who charged people $20 to watch him cut off his own legs with a guillotine. Look up "Cut Off My Feet" if you want to read about it. $20 admission to watch a man cut off his legs? What? Oh, Wang made a video on it. "Cut Off My Feet, Tales from the Internet." Yeah, he's got a whole video on it. Man, here's an article from it in 2001. Man cut off his feet live on the internet and charged $20 for it. A disabled American man says he's going to cut off his own feet by guillotine on live pay-per-view. Again, this is another person who's, much like the Missouri man, did this when he didn't have his legs functioning. Very different from Chang, who took his own legs for the sake of insurance money. Sir Paul Morgan from Mississippi says he needs prosthetic feet because a lower leg injury made it impossible for him to walk, but he says medical insurance will not cover the cost of surgery, so he's asking web users to pay for the privilege of watching him do it by guillotine. Mr. Morgan has launched cutoffmyfeet.com to publicize his unusual venture. Of the 150,000 people who have visited the site, so far only 10 visitors have paid $20 to witness the event. Oh no! Oh no! It was a flop! Damn! Sold more tickets than Madam Web, but still, damn! According to the site, Mr. Morgan was injured in 1986 after he fell from the back of a truck and was run over by a boat trailer being towed by a vehicle. God damn. I mean, he made a whole spectacle out of this. He said a local anesthetic will be used during the procedure and an ambulance will be on standby. When asked if he was looking forward to pushing the button on the guillotine, he said, "Yes, the sooner this is done, the sooner it's over and new feet come." This man turned this into like a fucking creator clash level event. We got the anesthetic and the ambulance on standby. We've also got this truss put up with some lights above it so it'll be like a WWE match. It seems like he was going to do it one way or the other because insurance wouldn't cover it. So I imagine he did it. Boo! Quick jump scare. I just want to quickly shout out Starforge Systems, the best PCs in the universe. It's a company I've been a part of since the start, and recently I guess a lot of people are waking up and opening their third eye to the beauty of PC gaming because I've been getting asked a lot about where to start when it comes to PC gaming. So I just want to quickly talk about Starforge because we have the best PCs available. If you're someone who's just starting to dabble with PC gaming, we have a line called the Horizon series, which is just perfect for the everyday gamer. Or if you're someone looking for top-of-the-line equipment, top-notch, looking to upgrade to the best available, we have an entire line called the Voyager series. At Starforge, we have several different PCs at different price points, so you can always find the PC that's right for you and your needs. It's premium quality, impeccable attention to detail, white glove service at an accessible price point, and each computer comes with a full 2-year parts and labor warranty. Also, the logo is a hammer, not a penis. So yeah, if you're looking to upgrade your current PC or looking to get started with PC gaming, I highly recommend Starforge. I'll put a link in the description below. Have any of you heard of this? Mellowmint? I'm curious. Overwhelmingly, no. And one guy who's lying saying yes. I saw this yesterday, and it is one of the most fascinating projects I've ever seen. So I want to take you on a little journey through this project here. So it's basically nothing, but it's nothing that they're selling for $107,000 for access to a music playlist. We'll go through all of the mumbo jumbo at the top in a moment, but just take a peek at this. $107,000 for the quintessential playlist, the creme de la creme of music. 71% is dominated by the soul-penetrating melodies of the Balkans. By purchasing this, you're not only securing 2,645 songs carefully curated to move your soul, but you're also casting a vote and joining Mellowmint in a global musical revolution by supporting our audacious vision. Immerse yourself in this unforgettable audio journey and join us on the path to reshaping the world for the better. So this isn't even music they make. This is just 2,645 tracks they pulled into Spotify, basically, and they're charging you $107,000 for access to it. Which is fascinating. And apparently their mission is to change the world by giving you access to music they deem to be high quality, which of course means nothing. It's just whatever this guy liked. So if we go back to the top here of what Mellowmint is, I need to give you guys a look into pure lunacy. Because it's just a bunch of buzzwords that they had ChatGPT spit out for them. Once upon a time in the kaleidoscopic landscape of the music universe, an innovative entity was born, Mellowmint. It wasn't just a brand, but a vision. A new dawn that promised to reduce human suffering worldwide using the power of music. The mastermind behind Mellowmint had a grand design, a plan so ambitious and beautiful that it was destined to unite people across the world. The guy speaks like he's in a fucking anime. Like, this is just the most egregious scam ever. Like, this actually seems like one of those Reddit posts from back during the, like, I am euphoric, not in this moment because of some phony god, but I'm enlightened by my own intelligence or whatever. It has that energy, but in 2023. Let's say that an influential icon, a trendsetter with a powerful voice, made an unexpected purchase. They invest into the most exclusive music playlist ever to be curated. An audacious act, sure to pique curiosity among fans. It wouldn't, though. If anyone bought this, you'd just be ridiculed, rightfully, and bullied, rightfully, for doing so. I don't know, that sounds like a good deal. Well, it is the most exclusive music playlist ever to be curated, so maybe I'll hear the 2,645 tracks and I'll get taller, I'll be happier, my beard will be fuller. It's all possible. The way he speaks about this makes it sound like it's a goddamn panacea to all of the world's ailments. A story unravels as the world tunes into the influencer's content, mesmerized by the unique symphony of sounds found in the Mellowmint playlist. Excitement builds. The rhythm of Mellowmint hypnotizes the masses, launching a viral movement of unity, a symphony of shared experience. Like, I can already just hear their pinky out as they're typing this. As the echoes of Mellowmint reverberate, our vision broadens. Unexpected but very much needed musical collaborations start to happen on the global plane. We turn the volume up on our philanthropic efforts, launching our charity initiative. Music is our tool, and with it, We will orchestrate change. And it's not even their music. Like, if this was a band doing this, I wouldn't even care as much. I'd be like, you know what? This is a fun way of marketing your music. This is just one fucking goofball goober with stained undies that just took 2,600 songs he liked on Spotify and put them into a playlist. That's it. That's it. It's crazy. Why is this not illegal? Because well, good question, actually. I was going to say because you're getting exactly what you pay for, but he's promising that this music is somehow going to change the world, basically. So, I mean, that is very fraudulent. I don't know. It's criminally delusional. He should be locked up because this man belongs in Arkham Asylum with this shit. Our melody doesn't stop there. The world becomes our dance floor as we host immersive Mellowment branded parties worldwide. These events are symphonies of togetherness and celebration, amplified by the unique rhythm of our music. The world unites under the Mellowment banner celebrating life. The one world government becomes Mellowment. Everything rolls under Mellowment's umbrella thanks to this carefully curated musical playlist. If someone's dumb enough to pay for it and fall for it, that's on them. Oh, true. That is 100% on them. Meanwhile, Mellowment evolves into a stage for undiscovered talent. We cast the spotlight on the fresh, raw voices of budding artists and producers, giving their creativity a platform. Mellowment becomes not just a brand, but a cultural phenomenon. It brings a revolution, a shift in the very way we consume, create, and celebrate music. What shift? Other than having a $100,000 entry fee. That's the only change. You have a music playlist. Those have existed for 30 years. This isn't just an ambitious plan, it's a call to action for anyone who loves music, unity, and making a difference. With Mellowment, every beat is a step closer to a world where music is the true universal language of unity. By investing in this vision, you become a part of the symphony, an architect of this global phenomenon. They're using unity more often than the fucking game engine itself uses it. That word has lost all meaning for me right now. Like, I'm already forgetting that it's a real word. I think there's a 0% chance the guy behind this actually believes this, though. It's just all designated to try and get one big whale on board. The Mellowment goals for 2023-2024, making the world a better place through music one song at a time. What an incredibly difficult goal. How are you going to accomplish that in the next couple of months for 2023, or even in 2024? And how are you going to measure whether or not the world's a better place and whether or not it's because of your music playlist? Charity fundraiser launch, never happening. This goes right into his little piggy bank. Celebrating life with Mellowment branded parties worldwide, again, never happening. No one would go unless you paid them to go, which you're not going to do. Showcasing and helping careers of fresh producers, talent and artists, connecting artists and producers worldwide and inspiring collaborations. Lil Pump 6ix9ine Future Travis Scott making a track on Jewel Marcel Murad type beat. EU beats in the following text. I'm sure they'd love to collaborate for Mellowment. I bet they'd love to hop on that together. Lil Pump, 6ix9ine, Future, Travis Scott, vibing to Balkan music. They love Balkan music here. That was one of their big selling points for the $100,000 package. And who's to say they're not already vibing to Balkan music? US rappers collabing with EU artists on EU beats. Trap beats are boring. Well, I was just about to buy it too, and now you've insulted my tastes. I'll take my business to the other $100,000 playlists. Scoundrel. If I only knew I had 170 days left to live out my life, this is definitely where I would spend my money. If you're dying, you don't want to die without listening to this playlist, so put your money where your mouth is. The quintessential playlist is a handcrafted masterpiece carefully curated over decades and passionately fashioned from thousands of albums and tracks. It is an extravagant marvel in the world of music. This exclusive collection is nothing less than the culmination of a lifetime devoted to exploration and adoration of good music, an enduring testament to the transformative power of rhythm and lyrics. Who dictates whether or not it's good? Just this one weirdo's tastes. Probably not a single number one hit on that playlist. Oh, absolutely not. You think he would besmirch the handcrafted beauty of this playlist with a Billboard topping song? Disgusting. No. This is for real music, such as the sound of 3 trash cans being banged together. Oh, yes. Just even thinking about that starting to change the world for me. Venturing far beyond the realm of the ordinary, the quintessential playlist is a result of countless hours, days, and years spent delving truly deep into the global music vault. Every song is handpicked meeting the toughest criteria, every track polished to perfection, every melody carrying its own unique story. This prodigious... No, that's not how you say that word. This prodigious compilation is a comprehensive reflection of the world's best musical landscape, the musical brilliance of countless artists, the raw emotion encapsulated in their creations, all harmoniously compiled into 250 hours of exquisite musical experience. Brother, what are you talking about? At the very bottom of this, it says that it's 143 hours. You're lying. This says right here, in plain, ordinary English, 2,645 tracks equate to 143 hours of listening time. Where's the 250 coming from here? Are you lying? Are you telling me a lie? Oh my god. How am I supposed to trust them now with my money? But yeah, I saw this project yesterday and I was just blown away by just how shameless it is. With a quintessential playlist, you don't just listen. You connect to the world and reaching a global audience. It's about bridging the gap between continents, cultures, and individuals, about resonating with the collective heartbeat of humanity. Experience the influence, the reach, the significance, the quintessential playlist. If there's no The Gentlemen on it, then this whole playlist is worthless. And here's the party they're talking about that's never going to be thrown. I actually feel like this is made by the guy who made Firefest, and I already forgot that fucking goofball's name. But it's basically just like the same thing. You're buying a ticket to the once-in-a-lifetime event that mirrors the vibrancy and energy of the music it celebrates. It's just a blatant scam. That image was generated by AI, was it? Oh yeah, it was. The hands are fucked up. This actually is just an AI image. Cute. Well, I mean, he's not saying the party's been thrown yet. It's just, it's coming. And this is them showing you that. Oh! I never even scrolled down this far. There's a $35 taste test. Not ready to commit? No worries at all. The taste test will change your mind. Dip your toes into the boundless ocean of music with our sample offering. A finely curated selection of 17 extraordinary tracks gives you a small yet immersive glimpse into the mellow mint universe. Soul-stirring heart of Balkan tunes, electric energy of European rap pop, and an intoxicating whisper of sultry reggaeton. If you pay $35 for a fucking playlist, you deserve to go to jail. Straight up. And if you pay $107,000 for access to a playlist, you deserve to go to hell. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is tragic. Very cool, though. That's the mellow mint difference. We might start seeing a subtle change in the world for the better, and we'll know who to thank for it. But he's delivering on everything he promised. It's most certainly life-changing being $107,000 in debt. Oh, this, I would not have expected this. Here, the first thing that comes up when you go to the Mellow Mint Twitter is this tweet. The carbon emissions and global warming agenda is a globalistic construct. The climate is a dynamic system and there's so much to it. The Earth naturally cycles between hot and cold periods, which have been documented. It immediately goes into, like, this is all a globalistic agenda. When it's all about, listen to the Balkan music for $107,000, we're changing the world, unity, this and that. Very interesting. Yeah, it's shameful to admit this, but I actually fell for one of the oldest scams in the book live on stream a few days ago. Many of you know that one of my favorite streaming activities is doing a bad games night. It's where I dumpster dive through Steam's new releases to find super stinkers that nobody has ever heard of and nobody's ever played. It's a lot of fun to find enjoyably terrible games, and a lot of times I'm the first and only person to ever beat the game, which means I also end up being a speedrun champion in the game. Now, while doing a bad game nights 2 days ago, I found a game called Greed of Man. Looking back on it all now, with hindsight being 2020, I recognize that the name Greed of Man was actually a subtle little joke from the developer laughing in the face of everyone who bought the game, spitting on them, literally giving them a wedgie. It's shocking. how deep this rabbit hole went, and I certainly didn't expect it. So, Greed of Man looked like just a potentially fun, shitty game. It was a very low-effort, asset flip, open-world game with VoIP, and it had overwhelmingly negative reviews, so it immediately caught my eye. It looked like it could be fun shitty, which I always enjoy. And it also happened to cost $30. The hubris to charge $30 for something that took less than 30 minutes to develop. I thought there was potential to have a very fun shitty game here, so I forked over the clams. And luckily, I caught it at the right time. It was on sale, so it was only $20. What a massive saving. $20 for the worst experience I've ever had on Bad Games Night. The game's not a scam just because it's bad. I'm going to get into it in a moment. It's a legitimate, genuine scam by all definitions. So, anyway, Mr. Krabs charges $30 for this game. I play it. I recognize the game is really bad, and I just wanted to see what the community was saying about it, because it wasn't just bad, it was empty. There was nothing to do. Nothing worked. It was non-functional. So I went to the Steam forums just to see what the hubbub was about, and it turns out this game was actually developed by a TikTok star. His name is Nick the User, and he is apparently notorious for making fake games and hosing his audience down for money, buying into the idea that he's a great game developer releasing hit products, fucking bangers. But he's apparently released a handful of games, none of which he ever actually completed, but made quite a bit of money off the back of his audience, and Greed of Man was his latest endeavor into this fucking swamp that he's created. So, Greed of Man was a game that never was supposed to even be completed in the first place, and he spent a couple months hyping up Greed of Man on TikTok, saying that he's releasing the next GTA 6 online, and it's going to be free to play. Greed of Man is going to be free to play. The game is free. And it turns out the game wasn't free. He dropped it for $30 fucking. And actually, as of 5 hours ago, as of recording this, Nick said, "Listen, I heard all of your feedback. I'm lowering the price from $30 to $10. What a fucking angel. But anyway, so he lied about it being free, and he charged a lot for it, but the reason it's a scam isn't just because of the blatant false advertising or the stealing of other developers' assets against their will and getting blasted for it, getting called out publicly for the stolen assets, but he actually does something else here that is actually a fucking phishing scam, pretty much. I don't want to spoil the surprise, so let me just show you the stream clips from when I got scammed live. I'm gonna check this one out. I want to see what kind of town they've got cooked up over there right now. So it's just Gmod RP. Doesn't really seem Gmod-esque. Alright, let's see how greedy these men are. They got Daft Punk on the banner there, that's kind of hype. This is so tedious. Alright, let's get it. Let me make sure this shit isn't like open mic or something. Is this a player? No, this is the item manager, the manager. How do I get this off my screen? I can see myself moving around here in the fog. Alright, so there's apparently 8 players in this bitch. I wanna go find them. Oh, there's one. Oh, he's gonna tase me. How do I put my hands up? Wonder what he's gonna do. Does he work here? How does he have a job here? It wouldn't let me. You have to be in uniform. Well, he didn't give me a fucking uniform. Where am I supposed to get it? Enjoy your dough, Erica. God, this place is popping off. This guy's come over here and then blue screened in his brain, I guess. Where are the other players at? God, I hope it's not open mic. I'd be so embarrassed. Oh, I heard a shot. Did that come from outside, or did one of the remaining 7 players just kill himself in one of the hotel rooms here? I can't believe I spent $20 on this. I'm ending it. I've had enough. No, it's just not free. It's $20 and it was on sale. Oh my god, how big is this building? Jesus. Imagine getting this room here. They were really ambitious. They thought they'd have a huge player base. Man, imagine being the stupid asshole that buys this penthouse suite. There's no elevator or anything quick to get down, so here comes a 20-minute run downstairs. What are the reviews like on this game? Hold on. Is there something I'm missing? I know it has overwhelmingly negative reviews, but there's got to be something to it, right? There's got to be something. So everything is not recommended. I cannot recommend this game for two simple reasons. Why the fuck are we used to create an account by using login Steam on your website? It's true, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, dude's got my fucking Steam info now, I guess. This is just a disaster, you can't really do anything, this is just a scam game. I didn't play much, but can already see the game's bad. Don't support Nick, he's a scammer and not even a real game developer. He abandoned his only 2 other games and already gave up on this game before stating he's in way over his head. He heavily advertised this game as free just a few months ago and is now making $3K a month on Patreon for making literal garbage. Wait, how deep does this rabbit hole go?
I'd like to introduce you all to...
What the fuck? Did I just fall for a big scam? Well, I mean, the game sucks ass. Like, there's nothing to do here. It is a scam, but, like, is it, like, a well-known scam? This TikTok star is scamming his audience with fake games. I fell for a scam. I'm not his audience, and I still got scammed.
To Nick, a self-proclaimed game developer
Son of a
who has amassed
bitch.
a following of almost 750,000 followers on TikTok, promoting his now-released early access title called Greed of Man.
Oh, that's what I'm playing right
The
now.
developer, I don't say that lightly.
I can't believe it. Man, bad
Nick
game
first
night
entered
got
the
me
TikTok
scammed.
space on September 14th,
Yeah,
2021.
I have
He was
to
adding a
change my
card to
shit
his
here.
game called Tomorrow's Past.
In time for what, man? Like, what? You don't work for a publisher. You're your own boss. In time for what? What are you talking about, brother? God, I got scammed by a 16-year-old surfer frat douchebag. That was $20 right down the shitter, too. Yeah, I'm just gonna refund it. But he still gets the $20, unfortunately. Man! And it looks so good, too. To think, if only a developer who cared had their hands on this, they could make Catnap Homes a real success. I'll take one more last look around this beautiful world before saying my goodbyes to it. Damn you, Nick! Damn you! Oh my god, there's another victim of the scam. That's probably Nick himself. Charles, turn off that video, it's a lie. The game's great, I'm still working on it. Give me time. Hey. Hey, Buster, can you hear me? It's supposed to be like an RP style game, but there's no settings for like voice, so I'm guessing that's not actually here. And there's also only one audio setting, which is voice, but with no way of getting voice. Hey, you stupid asshole, stop. If you can hear me, stop running. I'll give you 100 Robux if you stop running. Yeah, if he could hear me, he would have stopped for sure on the Robux. Let's see what he does. There's 2 of you? No, these have to be bots. No way. No way. Nah, no shot. Bots. Okay. I'm gonna refund this so that way Nick doesn't get all of my $20 here. I want to see how much how often he scams. Hold on, what's this TikTok doing right now? Because this is brand spanking new scam here. This is fresh off the press. I was one of the early adopter victims here. That doesn't feel good. Yeah, I'm gonna go change my shit in just a second. Hold on. Okay, refund notice is in. Let me change my Steam information. I think let me run through how I think this goes. I think what's happened here is Nick has made games like this, which are basically like GTA Online or Roblox open world, come in, come on. And what happens is when you try and play the game, you have to sign up on his website, which I did, and you have to link your Steam, which I did, like an absolute buffoon. So I think what he does then is he maybe sells your information somewhere. I don't think he uses it. Like, I don't think he actually logs into accounts to steal things. I think he's just more of a data harvester type. That's my guess.
So, Big Fry just reviewed
Here he's addressing the scam video that I had up just a minute ago.
my game, calling me a scammer. Now, I'm a 17-year-old in high school, so
I got scammed by a fucking 17-year-old! God! Jesus! I was kidding about calling him 16. He's actually a 17-year-old.
I don't exactly have all the time in the world to be developing. So the fact that this adult that does YouTube video reviews on scam games is going to take my small project and call it a scam simply because the audience grew so fast and I gained so much traction and I didn't deliver like the next GTA 6.
What?
And again, the game's in early access state. I'm not done with it. I just wanted to get a couple people in to try testing things and...
Testing what things? Nothing worked. It was an empty world that I couldn't interact with anything. This is literally... He's just lying. It's $20 for an open asset world. All just asset flips. And you can't even interact with anything because it doesn't work.
bug fixing and adding new ideas that they come up with. And that's why the server sizes were only like 16 people. I wasn't expecting thousands of people to just jump into the game right away. So my
thousands of people didn't jump into the game. You had a peak player count of like 50. Brother.
servers could not keep up. And you can't be comparing my game to like extremely successful and long-lived developments and projects by big companies.
No one is.
And
You didn't make a
I'm
game.
high schooler. I'm still living life. This isn't the only thing I do. Like, you can't be calling my game a scam just because I didn't deliver some extremely amazing product to you.
You didn't deliver a product.
It honestly is a passion project of mine that I was just doing for fun. And it just so happened to gain a ton of traction. And it's kind of messed up to call it a scam, too, because scams are something where you get your money taken and you don't get anything out of it.
That's exactly. You just defined your game. I am now one of the victims here. That is your game. It is the textbook definition of a scam that you just recited.
It's a Steam game. You can buy the game, and if you don't like it, you refund it. It's not a scam. You keep your money. But I know
did
he
refund
gets his
it.
power trip by calling things shit and calling things scams, so I'll let him do his thing. So...
I found his burner. He even hearted it. I feel for you. The amount of hate is insane for a game that is genuinely good. You shouldn't focus on the hate. It only brings you down. From an account called Anonym. That's absolutely his burner. The game is not genuinely good. It's not a game. It wasn't a game.
But I find it pretty crazy. We went from free to play to this. Is Nick playing?
I don't think so.
So there is VoIP. It's just those two goobers weren't talking to me.
It's like 3 o'clock.
I've been doing bad game nights for fucking 4 years, and I've never had something like that happen. The closest thing I got to scammed in the past was I downloaded a game on Steam that didn't have the like actual executable file in it, which is like, okay, that is a scam, but at the very least it didn't steal my fucking Steam login information. Yeah, I'm talking about scams again. I don't know what to tell you. Every single minute there's another scam born, and every 5 minutes there's another victim of a scam being taken advantage of. It is unreal, the current landscape of the internet with how rampant scams are. It's crazy. There are more active scammers on this planet than there are ants. It's just vile. Nowhere and no one is safe. I'm going to make up a statistic real quick, and I want it to be an alarming one just to illustrate the intensity of the situation. 1 out of every 2 people in this world is either a scammer or a victim. So, sleep in fear. Now today I'm going to be going over a scammer that I'm pretty confident most of you haven't heard of. I only recently learned about them thanks to a YouTuber named Matty Balls who made a great video exposing the whole situation and going over it thoroughly. So the link to the full video, of course, is going to be in the description of this one. I'm just going to show some of the clips and go over like the general broad strokes of what the scam is. It's a pretty interesting one, albeit nothing unique about it. But what I find interesting is their commitment to the facade. So the scammer is named Carter Jameson, and he's built his career, well, career is a term I'm using super loosely because it's an illusion of a career. Carter Jameson is an Instagram influencer, which again is a term that has no meaning at all. That is the biggest nothing fucking sandwich of a term. But he has 1 million followers on Instagram, almost all of which are botted, by the way. And he sells courses, which are like media packages in order to get you clout. The man is a literal clout vendor. He's an exposure goblin, and you pay him thousands of dollars for these packages to hopefully blow up your brand or increase your online presence. That's his whole hustle. He's a guru scammer. There's nothing unique there whatsoever. But what's impressive about Carter Jameson is his tenacity and persistence to prey on gullible kids and desperate adults. He seems to have been a born slimy weasel of a person because he's been scamming for quite some time now and he's only 19 years old. This is a young man. He's like fresh out of high school and already a notorious scammer. In fact, he was one of the puppet masters behind Lana Rhoades' NFT scam from like 8 or 9 months ago, which I know a lot of you are probably familiar with because that was a huge scam. He was one of the people behind it that made off with $1.5 million in that rug pull. This was his first major scam, and I guess he must have really enjoyed the taste of shit in his mouth because he just continues to scam from here. It's only escalated. So not only does he do the press package shit where he like sells these $1,000 packages of like articles or whatever, he also does these very shady giveaways where I'm not entirely convinced people actually get the items they're supposed to receive from the giveaways. But even still, giveaways in and of themselves and the way that Carter Jameson does them are always sketchy because he's hiring rappers and pretending to be friends with them in order to promote the giveaway. So that way people start following the account and, you know, signing up, whatever, all that, under the idea that they're going to get this item and also under the idea that the rapper that is there is a big supporter, so it must be legitimate, even though that's not exactly telling the whole story. Carter Jameson also has 2 other NFT scams that he has run since the Lana Rhoades one, so he's just been on this upward trajectory of thousands upon thousands of scams that he just keeps fucking spearheading. And like I said, he's only 19. I have to imagine he started doing this as a child, like an actual toddler. Like he probably opened a lemonade stand when he was 8 years old, but didn't actually sell lemonade. He sold water with like a hint of lemon in it because he wanted to save money on the lemons. So he just sold people the idea of lemonade. Like, I guarantee this guy's been scamming for a long time. Like, probably took notes out of Ed, Edd n Eddy when they were scamming for Jawbreakers. He probably was scamming around his middle school for, you know, $15, $20 off like a homework racket or something. Like, this kid seems to just thrive off taking advantage of people and lying. His whole personality is fake. So I'm going to go ahead and play clips from the video so that we can get a deeper understanding of exactly how all of it works. But this one is a pretty sad one. Like, he's 19 years old and he's already a piece of shit. Carter Jameson. I'm unfamiliar with that name.
Carter Jameson is someone who's been seen with Chief Keef, Kodak Black, Lil Durk, Bobby Shmurda, Summer Rae, Lil Yachty, Steve Will Do It, Cole Bennett, and many other celebrities. But how...
I'm going to just take a guess. Knowing nothing about this, he paid to take all of those pictures with those celebrities. He's a trust fund kid with a lot of access to money. So he puts on a front that he's actually a popular guy, like friends with all these rappers, and he uses it to try and promote. I'm just going to do crypto. I think crypto's easiest. Lock it in.
The digital marketing company Gateway Agency. But I think he's a liar. So to understand how this guy has made millions from lying, misleading, and scamming, we have to dig a little bit deeper. Recently started...
Oh, actually, damn, fuck. I'm starting to change my mind. Maybe it's not crypto. Maybe he sells like courses. Maybe he's one of those gurus, like get rich quick guru kind of shit. Because he's a 19-year-old entrepreneur, owner of Gateway Agency or some shit. Whatever other imaginary made up garbage he comes up with. I'll stick it out on crypto. I won't backpedal.
Getting a ton. Is he really even a scammer? Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab at it. He does not have all of these followers legitimately, 100% botted to a certain level. A lot of people on Instagram do that. How does this kid know all these people? He doesn't. He pays to be near them. And who is he? Just a kid with a lucky spawn, born to a wealthy family.
So Carter Jamieson is another one of those social media gurus you see online, but instead of selling you a course, he's selling you popularity. You might notice he has decent engagement in relationships with one who promises to scale your digital footprint to the...
My second guess was the right one. Son of a bitch. Yeah, maybe crypto's too outdated now. Everyone just immediately conflates anything meta, Web3, whatever with a scam. Rightfully so, by the way. Like, yeah, if he's a modern scammer, he would have had to adapt into the guru space, which is now the money maker.
Actually proves his guiltiness. Botted engagement. Before his engagement increased 100 times because of Juice WRLD fans hate bombing him, he could be seen botting his account, as you can see from all these fake comments. And if that isn't proof enough,
no, this is really fire.
Out botted engagement
Shit's
on
flames.
one of his Twitter accounts. And here on his YouTube channel, you can see over 1,000 botted comments on one of his YouTube shorts that only has 600 likes. So it's safe to assume that he's botting likes and possibly followers.
They're just very passionate. They forgot to like.
I first saw on his website that he had a ton of articles and content, and another even says this story is paid for by an advertiser. Remember,
I actually had no idea that that shit was there. Obviously, a lot of journalism is paid content. Like, I mean, is what it is. I didn't know that they actually disclosed it in those cases. I thought they still kind of kept that under wraps. But I guess they also got hit by some new guidelines or something, or maybe I've just been oblivious to those notices.
Someone with a lot of followers, we tend to think they're legitimate.
The deception exists because the large follower numbers trick our brains into giving out credibility naturally from the social proof. More followers means more credibility, right?
But I don't think Carter's...
Maybe I'm being baselessly optimistic, but I feel like that perception's starting to waver a bit. It used to be bigger number, trustworthy person. That used to be the rule, but I think with crypto and everything, it's kind of shaken everyone's faith in that concept. So I'm hoping that's changing, because it feels like it kind of is, slowly but surely. But maybe I'm just wrong in wanting to believe. I like how the YouTuber is basically milking this guy's downfall for views and content. Why does everyone have to have like some kind of weird contrarian perspective on everything? This guy even said at the beginning, like, he was a very generous guy about this whole thing. He's just telling the story, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's just telling the story about this guy's hustle, which is a scam. It's so weird. What goes on in your mind to want to immediately take some kind of weird combative stance on someone just literally exposing a scammer? I don't get it. I actually don't understand it. It's just too easy to agree, so someone has to disagree even if they don't believe. I suppose, but I'm not here to be an armchair psychologist. I really just don't get it.
He uses a method called loop giveaways where he partners with popular people to give away items. Carter and probably others will spam DM people with details about the giveaway campaign. They show the estimated growth and how much it'll cost to buy into it, and the reason that account will be following all of the investors. So in return for their money, they will be receiving thousands of real followers. So when he gets that investor money, he buys the items for the giveaways, flies out to meet the influencer or the rapper, takes some pictures with them to make his Instagram look better, takes pictures for the giveaway, pays the influencer, and keeps a ridiculous amount of money for doing little to nothing. It really is an infinite money glitch. And the giveaways themselves aren't necessarily scams. They're not against Instagram.
It's like a social media STD.
And I think he actually does give away the items. He might not. I'm not sure. I have seen people say they haven't gotten their stuff. That might not be true. But we have, and his business offers a variety of other overpriced services. For example, you can buy different press packages that offer articles and other sorts of
For the low cost of $8,000, you can get the musician package, which is a 15 article package. Oh, whoa, and I missed the... Oh, that's the low end. What the fuck? The $20,000 value is so much better. It even has the word cheaper. It's the market domination press package, which is 20 mid-tier press package. How are you supposed to gain clout without spending 20 grand on this package? Holy shit, wait, all the answers are right here. This is the key to success. He's giving away the keys to the kingdom, holy fuck. And for the low cost of 20 grand?
Press, like this Google Knowledge Panel package, which costs $6,500 when you can do it for free yourself. Then in the description, he has the nerve to say, you must have 20 other notable articles.
Yeah.
He sells ad management, verification, websites, billboard advertisements, and more. And I'm going to take a random shot.
Why? Who is dumb enough to pay for a fucking billboard advertisement? Who in their right fucking mind is like, oh my god, the billboard package, I need it, I'm gonna blow up with a good billboard? I don't think a single human being of the last 10 years has looked at a billboard and actually signed up or even visited what it was advertising.
Especially because apparently they only accept payments through Cash App, which is very sketchy. And I guess he also used to sell paid shoutouts on his Instagram and then just delete them right away after you paid for it, which probably didn't really make a difference because most of his Instagram followers are either inactive or fake. And if none of this, reason that I believe he is scamming when it comes to the giveaways and the influencer marketing is because he's been caught scamming before. Before Carter brought his scams to the rap community, he was exposed for being one of the masterminds behind Lana Rhoades' CryptoSys NFT rug pull, where her, Carter, and some others made off with $1.5 million in Ethereum.
It's crazy. Somehow, anytime there's a scam, it's like this interconnected web. Like, all of the scammers that currently exist have always existed, and they've been part of all the other scams we've followed. What a throwback. What another reoccurring character. Another season that they're making an appearance in, another cameo.
There were 6,069 awful-looking NFTs that were being marketed as an investment, and investors were promised that this was a long...
Unlike other pump-and-dump projects, we don't just plan on stopping after minting, so we actually have to be able to fund all that stuff.
They were hyping it up so much to the point where multiple people even got tattoos of the NFT, and they were reposting it. Personally, I can't imagine knowingly scamming people, watching them get tattoos of the NFT, and reposting it. So they...
I'll tell you one thing, I can absolutely imagine that. If you're one of those absolute bumbling idiots that buys into CryptoSys, and you feel so strongly about it, you get a tattoo on your fucking thigh of the CryptoSys logo, you deserve to be laughed at. The scammer at that point, I'm on the scammer side. Laughing at you is like the least they can do. You've earned that shit. That's a fat fucking L. My god. Everything else I disagree with the scammer on, but laughing at people that do that, I actually completely agree.
$1.6 million was drained out of this mint for the NFTs one day after they sold the collection.
The reason that they did this is because apparently Lana's feelings got hurt by the negativity in the community, but obviously this was just an excuse to take the money. Tons of people in the community talked about this rug pull, so it's a pretty well-known scam, and somehow Carter still has a career. And this wasn't the first time that Lana... Right now, Carter has other NFT projects like Billionaire Butterfly Club, which I'm assuming is
I was kind of right. He is doing crypto scams.
Rug pull type of deal. But
this is the fraternity apes party. Guys, everybody in this is in the highest level frat of the real life.
Fraternity Apes Party,
what
or
the
FAP
fuck?
for short, is an NFT
cool.
project where the incentive isn't an investment, but it's that you could go to a cool party with tons of influencers and celebrities, and only holders
that's
of the
worth
NFT can get in. I doubt any of the people there owned one of these awful-looking NFTs. They somehow even got the Nelk Boys to show up, but they probably paid them too.
Yeah,
and then they actually...
somehow they got Steve Will Do It there. The guy notorious for literally accepting anything that has a dollar bill attached to it. It's a mystery to me how the fuck Nelk ended up there. This kid, I'll crack the code. I think I was right initially. This kid came from money, and he used that money to buy himself an advantage, to put himself in the position so he could scam people easily by presenting himself as a popular influencer. So he did the crypto scams with Lana Rhoades. He's doing the guru scams right now with the gateway giveaways, and he's done, 2 other crypto-based scams with NFTs and shit? He's just one of those douchebags. Perpetually living in his father's shadow.
Fake lifestyle. The rappers and the other people partnering with him, or more likely their management, should probably look a little bit more into who they're partnering with.
Why would they do that?
At the money they're going to receive, because then they end up associating with a bunch of scammers, which doesn't really make them look good.
Yeah, but their audience doesn't care. This was a great video. Good shit, Matty Balls. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this guy. This is an interesting story. Hold on, I want to look something up right now. This video is not very old, right? It's like 2 months old. Has he addressed this? His whole Instagram is fucking rough. But yeah, it's just shit like this. It's just him holding money. I don't even think people buy his course, I'll just say it. I think people are not dumb enough to fall for someone like this. You'd be surprised. I guess, but his prices are outrageous. $8,000 all the way up to $20,000. Like, nobody can afford those packages. Like, the only people in his audience that might not be aware it's a scam are actual teenagers that are just blinded by, like, TikTok clout and an overwhelming, insatiable desire for attention. They can't afford $8,000 packages, and certainly not the $20,000 package. So, like, who the fuck is his audience? Or, rather, his clients. No one can afford that shit. You underestimate the stupidity of the average adult. I really don't. I feel like of most people in the world, I am usually pretty on the mark with how dumb people can be. This is just out of the price range of stupid people. And certainly out of the price range of stupid kids. You were surprised by the age of CryptoZoo victims. I was very surprised by that. You are correct. That one did catch me off guard. I wouldn't have expected adults to be in the Logan Paul audience, let alone falling for a Logan Paul NFT project. But that was a low barrier of entry for them. This is an extremely high barrier. Especially for very little return. Meet the 18-year-old who's the CEO of a successful social media agency. And then right underneath that, this is paid for by the advertiser. Ah, so it's trustworthy then, huh? Surely this will be an unbiased look at his story. Let's see. More than the stunning content, he wanted to explore the algorithm that leads the influencers to a staggering number of followers. After 6 years of grinding with Instagram, Jameson was finally successful in decoding the algorithm to earn over 1 million followers. He decoded it, he was in the mainframe, and then he found the secret, which is his daddy's credit card to buy bots. Little botted followers. Fucking genius. Holy shit, this guy's good. He's a savant. He's like the Mozart of Instagram. Because he never did anything? Well, no, I just wanted to know about, like, his parents. Like, usually in these kind of cases, they always try to be that person that pulls themselves up by their own bootstraps. Like, I came from nothing. My dad was a normal blue-collar worker, just a true red-blooded American patriot working 2 jobs to put food on the table for me and my 6 brothers. And my mom also had to work night shifts down at the local cemetery. Like, I don't know. Usually just like some kind of sob story. So that way people like relate to it somehow and like put him on a pedestal of, wow, he did it himself. But he didn't even bother with that step. Do all scammers usually come from a rich family? I wouldn't say all of them. That'd be a disservice to say all of them. But I would argue a good 85 to 90% of all scammers do come from a very privileged background. At least in the digital age. I think it was like 2 years ago or something like that, I made a video spitting on those degenerate parasites that would go live on TikTok with videos, not actually live streams. They would have pre-recorded videos that they loop that aim to deceive children into giving them money or interacting with the stream, like spam emojis or spam galaxies, or else I'm gonna press this button. It's the boogeyman's cell phone. He's coming right to your house to fuck your mother. Yeah, quick, it's about to be game over. Or even more egregious, they say things like, the first person to donate 5 schmoobles, send me 6 ice creams, is going to get 10 billion V-Bucks, that kind of thing, and it actually works. Not the getting V-Bucks thing, don't get it twisted. The scamming children thing. Deceiving them, misleading them into giving you money because they go grab their parents' credit card like, oh my goodness, what a deal. Punching in those wacky numbers in there. And they don't realize that it's not actually a live stream. They're not actually going to get anything. What happens is they keep looping it for a while, then they take the stream down, then they start it up again a little bit later to get a whole new batch of suckers. And rinse and repeat. That's something that's been going on TikTok for a long time, but it now has infested YouTube as well, which I knew about, but I haven't yapped about it in a while because I got a very doomer attitude about it, how there's nothing you can do because YouTube isn't cracking down on it, even though it's a clear violation of their policies. But now, it finally seems like they are. Jax Films just made a video going over this as well. I highly recommend you check out the whole thing. I'm going to show you bits and pieces of it.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? So what you're looking at are 4 YouTube channels live streaming at the same time. Except they're not actually live. Here, pay attention to the second video on the left and see if you can spot anything weird. Guys, 2 more seconds. Oh, just cut! Oh, tell me you saw the cut. That's right. These live streams are actually all looped, pre-recorded videos made to trick children into giving them money.
It really is such a shame that insufferable dweebs like this are no longer getting wedgies. Instead, now they get to just go endlessly scam children on these platforms without repercussions.
Press it right now if you want Robux and send me the laughing disco.
Anyone does a red super chat, you're gonna get 1,000,000 Robux right now, okay, bro?
Now, according to these gentlemen, this is all above board.
Yo, Jack, you need to stop trying to expose us, bro. Leave us alone.
We're not doing anything wrong, bro. We're not doing anything wrong.
It's fucking pathetic how you can actually hear the stupid in people's voices now. Like, there are people that are just observably stupid, and just in that one little brief clip there, I know for a fact that if you put the two of them together, they might not break double-digit IQ. They are just completely rotted. They grew up in this shit, they were molded by it, and they never broke out of it. They are just fucking perpetually stuck with baby brain. It is so sad. Like, I would feel bad for them if they weren't just scamming children. And make no mistake, they're not just harmlessly illiterate. They know what they're doing is wrong. They're just trying to cover their own ass. Now, a lot of them have deleted it and tried to scrub it from their pages, probably out of fear of some kind of consequences, because, like I said in the beginning, it looks like they actually are starting to crack down on this. What they're doing is not only a violation of this platform's terms and policies, it is full-blown illegal. It's fraud. You are fraudulently running these fake giveaways. So like that guy who's saying, first one to send a red super chat gets 1,000,000 V-Bucks. That is a crime. That is fraud. And contrary to what generic NPC broccoli hair goober straight off the galaxy gas tries to spit out there about how they're doing nothing wrong, they are doing something wrong. And they should be punished for it. Saying shit like, give me this galaxy, which is real money, by the way, and you'll get all these Robux pouring out of every orifice of your body, that kind of thing, and faking these live streams, looping this shit endlessly. That is fraudulent. It's fake giveaways. They don't actually give any of this away. If you do give them money, you don't get anything in return. In fact, you just get flexed on by them.
Guys, we are so sorry, guys. We all do the crocodile streams.
They actually thought this went hard, by the way. This lame garbage. This only further confirms my theory that there is a government lab out there that's churning out these NPCs as an experiment. They all have the same hairdo. They're basically the exact same copy and paste person here. I'm telling you, there's something fishy. I'm not trying to get conspiratorial, but there's something afoot. They got the damn Manhattan Project going on, shitting out these twerps. Also, why is that Disney Channel extra on the far left of that video half naked? Why does he have his whole chest out rubbing it on the protagonist's chair? What the hell? What in tarnation?
And I noticed he happened to be live at the time. So I checked it out, and this is what it was.
And then I'm gonna click the green call button right now, live on stream, and I'm gonna call 911 right now, chat.
By the way, they never call 911. This is a very common tactic you'll see across a bunch of live streams. And the goal of this is to drive that viewer count up and keep the viewer's attention.
If you're following along with your thinking caps on, paying attention, you will also know that that is not live. It's again just a pre-recorded video. Jack's Films shows you the cut. It's blatantly obvious. They're not very good at even making it appear to be live. They don't care because they haven't faced any punishment for it. So it is very sloppy and haphazardly thrown together. So he's got, fucking emo Chucky Finster back there doing moves while pretending to, I'm about to call 911, everyone, I'm about to call 911. So the viewer number's going way up, and then it gets to the next phase of the scam where they tries to squeeze the kids for their lunch money.
I swear, I didn't edit this next part.
Right now, here we go. In 5, 4. Okay, let's choose another person for some Robux, guys. Who in the chat wants Robux right now? Everyone right now.
All of a sudden, we've taken a hard shift into the next phase of this scam, live stream. So first, he claims he'll give you Robux, the in-game currency for the popular video game Roblox. But then he says this.
Whoever is the first person to click the little gift box at the bottom right-hand corner, right there, and send me the laughing disco. Whoever is the first person to do that, I'm gonna pick you, and you're gonna be next.
You can send them little gifts that cost real-world money. And this laughing disco ball costs just south of $5.
This isn't just some free emoji, like you can put a fist bump in there or anything like that. It does cost just shy of 5 clams. So, if you send him about 5 clams, you get free Robux. That's right, this Whippets addict is gonna send you Robux. How cool is that?
So Joxy is saying that whoever sends him this disco ball thing will in return receive Robux. And look, it's working. These people in the live chat both sent him laughing discos. But then he says this.
Okay, skinny Gordra.
Oh my god, he's such a bumbling, drooling idiot that it is painful. His illiteracy is making me sick. In his own scam, he couldn't even choose a name that he can pronounce, that he can read. He couldn't even fucking say the name in his own scam. And again, this isn't live either. This is looping. He doesn't ever send the Robux to anyone. So those 2 people that sent him the money, they get nothing. They fell victim to his scam.
Then I kept watching.
Guys, hurry up. Tell me your username in the chat right now. Okay, let's choose another person for some Robux.
Uh-oh.
Whoever is the first person to click the little gift box at the bottom right-hand corner, right there, and send me the laughing disco. Whoever is the first person to do that, I'm gonna pick you, and you're gonna be next. You're gonna be next. Okay, skinny Gordra.
Somehow it's always that dastardly skinny Gordra, as he calls them, that keeps winning the Robux. How is he so quick with that emoji? How does he keep getting away with it?
Okay, you're getting Robux, skinny Gordra.
That's right. This loops over and over again. This live stream isn't live at all, but an edited loop meant to trick viewers with this false sense of urgency. Like, hurry, hurry, hurry. And as you can see, it kind of works. $10 here, $20 there. And he does this over and over and over again, multiple times a day, every day.
And wouldn't you know it, somehow, Skinny keeps winning. It's always that damn Skinny Gordra. How does he always win?
Oh, look, this one's live right now. Oh my god, it's the exact same scam we just saw on Joxy's channel. Quite literally the same video.
Whoever is the first person to click the little gift box at the bottom right-hand corner.
And it's not just on this one douchebag's channel, they do this across many. It's an entire network. So that same Joxy video is played on an entirely separate channel, the exact same video, again, trying to farm, trying to mislead children into tuning into the stream and then try and get them to, like, panic send money to try and win the Robux. But it's all just the same looped video. It's a fake live stream that is just, by every possible definition, a scam. And it should be treated as a serious one because they have made a sizable chunk of change from this. Like, even just during Jack's Films' following of these channels, they made a lot of money that he was able to watch unfold in front of them because it posts a message in the chat when someone does send them the money. And this isn't a donation, by the way. I know that's how they're going to try and loophole it, but it's not a donation because they are outright telling their viewers, if you send us this emoji, this is money, by the way, if you send us this money, you will get this item in return, whether it's Robux or V-Bucks. So they are paying you for that. I think that's how it should be treated. Of course, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I didn't pass the bar. But to me, that no longer constitutes a donation. They are giving you money under the pretense that you are giving them an item in return for that. So, in my little Neanderthal noodle here, to me, that is now wiping your whole bussy with the idea of it being a donation. It is now a transaction for an item that you are not delivering, that you never intended to deliver. Thus, fraud. So I feel like this is a crime, should be treated as a crime, and they should be seriously punished for it. They have taken a lot of money from a lot of people over the course of however many months they've been running this scam.
If we click the little bio here, it says, this channel is owned by Joxy's management team. Joxy does not have access to the channel. Weird. It kind of reads like a disclaimer meant to distance the personality from the channel.
Man, you know what? I take it all back. These guys are slick. That was very smooth. Maybe they passed the bar. Wow, the way they were able to weasel themselves out of the accountability here. They don't own the channel. You can't hold Joxy responsible. He only makes all of the money from it. But he doesn't log in. This mystery person, the elusive man, logs in there. Fucking Slender Man is the one that actually controls the channel. They're the ones that are nefariously looping these pre-recorded videos that Joxy and all of his douchebag stupid associates make money on.
Well, let's take a look at his most recent video titled, We're So Sorry.
Hi guys.
We're so sorry.
We are so guys, we all do the crocodile streams. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. We might not be truthful with you guys.
Charming.
There are few things as cringe as people trying this hard. They are really doing all they can to look like they just don't care. They're just above it all. You guys are actually beneath us. We don't care. And Jiminy Christmas, someone needs to have an intervention with the pinstripe wearing wiffle ball superstar over there that is going plus ultra on the tryhard. He is biting his lower lip while flexing. The insecurity is so potent I can smell it through the computer screen. This is a DEFCON red alert insecure fucking meatball here. He is unironically doing the beach is that way. Beach is that way. Oh, no. I went back and watched it again, and I only just now noticed he doesn't even have a watch on. The others are flexing like some Temu drop-shipped whatever garbage, fucking whatever they got from Wish.com. He doesn't even have that much. He is actually just there with his shirt wide open and trying all that he can to strike muscle poses here. I guess you didn't get the memo. This was supposed to be like a fake I'm sorry, and he's treating it like he's doing a photo shoot for Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition or some shit. He's just constantly posing. Somehow, in this group of pathetic losers, he found a way to be the most cringe amongst all of them.
Predictably, Joxy's stream on the right eventually turned into the Robux grift. But what was really funny was when Bacon's stream did the exact same thing. And I was able to record my reaction live.
Okay, let's distribute this, guys. Someone in the chat.
Who wants some Robux, guys?
Yes. Holy shit. 2 scams. Don't worry, I checked. This footage also loops.
Unsurprisingly, this whole stalling thing to try and get a bunch of viewers in there while looping a stall video that never actually finishes whatever they say they're going to do, like with the crocodile tooth and the 911, usually transitions into them doing the Joxy thing, which is, okay, now we need money. So now give me money and you'll get Robux, V-Bucks, whatever. So in that one, Bacon, buttfuck, whatever it is, I already forgot the guy's name, but his does the exact same thing. So clearly the goal is deceive a bunch of children, get them hooked on like, oh, he's gonna press the crocodile tooth, wow, and then it goes into, okay, now quickly you gotta give me money so you can earn some V-Bucks and Robux, that kind of thing. And it works. They are apparently making actual money from this. In Jack's Films video, if you watch the whole thing, which again I highly recommend you do, you can see a lot of people fall victim to it throughout the course of his video. They are giving them money for it.
Oh, they're doing it at the same time. I love it. Laughing disco, laughing disco. Give us laughing disco, and then we'll give you Robux.
Yo, Jack, you need to stop trying to expose us, bro. Leave us alone.
We're not doing anything wrong, bro. We're not doing anything wrong.
Oh, really?
What are you doing, bro? Come on. You gotta stop.
Quick. Everybody join the stream and say go.
Solid defense, fellas, but I don't think that will hold up in a court of law. Dude, that's so cool.
Oh shit, goofball got him. He rubbed his nipples at him while shirtless. He dunked on Jack there. This kind of behavior is actually baffling to me. Not the fact that they're all douchebags, that's very commonplace, especially with that hairstyle. It's the fact that they keep trying to look cool. And they believe that looking cool is being shirtless at all times. So like this guy standing up shirtless, rubbing his nipples at Jack. That is so embarrassing. Why are you doing that? Especially when you have a body that's built like a bag of milk. It looks like someone tried to draw Hank Hill's torso outline. There's not even the idea of muscle to be found on this guy's upper body. So why are you trying to, like, flex on him with a nipple rub? Like, what is that, man? I'll stop yapping about it. Again, I recommend going to watch Jack's full coverage of it. They've deleted most of this. They've tried to scrub its existence so that way they can avoid being punished for it, I think, since there has been somewhat of a crackdown on it. But there are still plenty of re-uploads and plenty of evidence to their wrongdoing here. Again, it is a scam. It should be treated as such. I believe there needs to be serious punishment. There needs to be a precedent set. Otherwise, just like all those degenerate pranks, it's going to continue to spiral out of control. More and more people are going to be doing this kind of thing, scamming through these fake live streams, and this shit just super sucks. Anyway, wanted to talk about this. That's about it. See ya. Who is the biggest joke in all of sports? Some people might argue the Washington Generals, which is the team that the Harlem Globetrotters always play against. They travel together and the Harlem Globetrotters always win against them, because the Generals are just there to have fun with the Globetrotters in order to make a spectacle out of the whole thing. They're kind of designed to lose. But they're not the biggest joke in sports. That honor belongs to one man in particular. His name is Dillon Danis. This goofball is someone you might have heard of because he's that coward that started a lot of shit with KSI, and then the second that it reached the fuck around and find out moment, like a week before they were actually supposed to fight, Dillon Danis backs out and weasels his way out of it, coming up with all kinds of pathetic little excuses, and then still tries to act tough. He's a washed up fighter who all he does now is just shit talk and then promotes scams on Twitter. People have more respect for the flies that hover around public porta potties at a fucking music festival than they do this man and his career. And yet somehow he finds a way to sink even lower. He was recently the primary clown in CoffeeZilla's newest video, where he got used like a fleshlight by CoffeeZilla in order to prove a point that Dillon Danis will promote absolutely anything at all as long as you pay him. And it turns out you don't even really have to pay him that much, all things considered. Just giving him a pack of cigarettes will get you like a 24-hour tweet promoting whatever vile scam you want. Like, it's actually pretty wild. So CoffeeZilla's video exposes at least 20 scams that he's done in his past, as well as convincing him to do yet another one. You know, hop back in the saddle, get ready for the rodeo, and engage in another scam tweet that CoffeeZilla cooked up with a completely fake crypto project. And he wanted to see, how much does Dillon charge, and does he do any amount of research at all into the things that he proudly posts on his Twitter? I know Dillon Danis can't even spell research, so the answer isn't shocking. It's a no. He didn't bother looking into what CoffeeZilla was paying him to promote at all, because if he did, if he spent even 3 seconds, or even just like an iota of a thought given to the project, he would have immediately realized that it's not real and it is a scam that he's about to post proudly on his Twitter. Because CoffeeZilla laid it all out in front of him. And it's not even like it was hidden in plain sight or anything. He literally spelled it out, word for word. In a contract he sent to Dillon Danis, it even says that it's not real and you're going to be the butt of a joke. It was literally, it was just there in the contract. And it wasn't even a long contract, like buried in fine print. It was like a core piece of the contract that just says, this is basically a fucking scam. And Dillon still signed it. It's baffling. So I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm just trying to give a general breakdown of the situation. Of course, the full CoffeeZilla video is going to be linked in the description. It's fucking beautiful per usual. I'm just going to show you some clips from it. But one other thing I want to point out is the reason CoffeeZilla went after Dillon Danis is because Dillon made a whole song and dance, a big hoopla about how bad he feels for everyone that got scammed by Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo. And that's what tipped everyone off to how many scams he himself has done, which led to this investigation in this video by CoffeeZilla, Oompaville, and ZachXBT. And it's a fucking amazing ride. It really is.
Dillon Danis is an MMA fighter famous for two things: cage fighting and not fighting KSI.
True.
But on December 23rd, he decided to be famous.
Also, apparently, I didn't know this until recently. He's not even famous for actually fighting. He's famous for just being a guy that, like, kind of rides Conor McGregor's dick. What's his actual fighting record? Because I said the same thing. I'm like, yeah, he actually fights. But his actual MMA record is 2-0. He has fought 2 times. Once in 2018 and once in 2019. Look at this shit. So he's not really a fighter. he's fought twice. Like, his whole claim to fame is, yeah, I'm a fucking stupid asshole. and that's it. And he won't even fight a YouTuber. 100% win rate, that is true. He is undefeated. But then again, so am I in MMA, to be fair. I am also undefeated. It's kind of meaningless when you don't have a whole lot of fights under your belt.
Calling out the scammers. He writes in a tweet, damn, Logan Paul is a scumbag. Feel bad for everyone he scammed. Now, of
Thanks,
course,
Dylan.
No one's going to really disagree with this, so the likes rolled in. But what Dylan doesn't
What a
tell you
saint.
is he also
What a
has a
saint.
history of scamming people on Twitter. And what Dylan didn't know is that there was a detective watching him. That detective was not me, actually. I wish it was me. It was my buddy Zach XBT on Twitter who
Whoa!
said, damn, Dylan Dennis is a scumbag. Feel
Hey, this is all coming full circle. You might remember Zach from the BitBoy crypto thing. He was the guy that like tracked all of his moonshots and like called out a whole bunch of shit there.
So I reached back out to Zach and I said, hey, good tweet, but I want to find out how many scams exactly this guy has promoted. So Zach started digging through the garbage bin of deleted tweets, and we found out pretty quick there were a lot more.
What the fuck is it? Baby Dinger? What the fuck? Baby Dinger token is the next Shiba Inu. Oh man, if anyone has any baby dingers, you should immediately just lose the right to earn money in your life. You don't deserve it anymore. Ring Dinger. Hey, let's not besmirch the good name of the Ring Dinger. That's as far from Web3 crypto as you get. That is literally an old man who snaps your head off.
I wanted to trick Dylan into giving me the amount. The rough idea was to approach
Smart.
Dylan and say, hey, I created this dumb NFT project that's completely fake. How much would it cost for you to promote it? He gives me an answer and I have my price. Who looked like he would be serious about selling you an NFT collection. And that's when I thought of my buddy Oompaville.
Yes.
This is a guy who's actually really sweet in real life.
I did know Oompaville played a big role in this here. So that is exciting. Very smart. CoffeeZilla recognized that Dylan would certainly say no, knowing for sure that it's a honeypot if it was CoffeeZilla that reached out. So he used Oompaville, whom, I mean, that looks like a well-adjusted man to me. Like, that's a trustworthy face right there. So he used him as the proxy. That's genius.
We can provide all the marketing copy. Please let me know, as we're trying to launch relatively soon. That website is not a real crypto NFT platform. Nothing in this video is a crypto or real NFT, so
Yeah,
you cannot buy
obviously,
crypto. I want to be
for sure.
super clear, because Dylan immediately responds with, want to do a tweet? And then I love this next part. What is it? I like the order of that, let's promote it. And then underneath it, what am I promoting? And it's at this point I realized that
It's secondary.
this is not only my chance to find out how much Dylan gets paid for all these scam promotions, it's also my chance to test Dylan Dennis. In fact, to do this, I basically copied almost word for word CryptoZoo's white paper, saying the
yeah,
following.
baby.
Sour.gg may appear to solely function as an NFT collection, but it's much, much more. Sour allows users to earn sweet tokens that are openly traded via a yield that is based on the rarity of a given candy NFT.
I'm going to tell you right now, Coffee, I love the attention to detail here. I think that is super smart. I'm not convinced Dylan Dennis can read. I think he might be illiterate. So he just saw words on the page and he's like, man, this is legit. All these words, they have meaning, I have no doubt. I'm in. I am confident he had no fucking clue what anything in that white paper said. But I appreciate you went the extra mile and set it up that way for it.
Look out, adventurer. Now, this is a sentence which means nothing unless you lay it out by the first letter of every word. And then it spells CoffeeZilla.
Oh!
So, don't say I didn't warn him. And obviously,
That's
even
way
if
too
I
smart
hadn't
for
warned
Dylan.
him, Dylan Dennis surely wouldn't promote a CryptoZoo project, right? Because he's, he feels too bad for the victim. And then ETH? Question mark? And at this point, I'm just a little surprised by how easy this all is. Zero due diligence is
I'm not
being
surprised
done
at all.
here. We have created the weakest facade possible for an NFT scam, and he's just immediately on board. After we settled on that, he sent me payment information.
I am shocked he can even get 5K for a tweet. His Twitter isn't exactly what you'd call booming. The only time he gets engagement is when people are laughing at him. Like here, let me go to his Twitter real quick. Let's see, what's his most recent tweet? Because he deleted this one, I remember that. His most recent one is, If Alexander Volkanovsky beats... okay, it's a fight. I'll give one person who likes this tweet $1,500 and must be following to win. So he's actually having to do fucking... He has to farm. He has to do giveaway farming. But before that, it's literally nothing. And he got 8k likes on the farm. So even by those standards, that's pretty low. So I'm shocked that he's actually asking 5k. Though I doubt many people are actually giving it to him.
Dylan gave us a brand new crypto wallet just for this transaction.
Whoa!
Which seems to imply that he probably makes new wallets for every new deal he does, which is
definitely not
true.
his own idea.
And at this point, I realized I had a choice to make.
Someone told him to do that.
Take what I learned, present it to you guys, and stop this little charade I had with Dylan and make my video. And Dylan would just keep doing this because his fans wouldn't know.
Wait,
Or
what was that
I
last
could-
one? Was that Face Writers? What the fuck? Did I read that correctly? Right before Baby Dinger.
And Dylan would just keep doing this.
Oh, I'm writing with Faceless. Gotcha. I thought that said Face Writers. I was like, damn, another fucking wild one.
Because his fans wouldn't know. Which is actually pay Dylan to post a link to our fake NFT project. But the twist would be, as soon as he posts that link, it will become a website dedicated to every scam tweet Dylan Dennis has ever done. And remember that this website would be linked by Dylan Dennis himself to all of his fans until he kept the tweet for certain periods of time. And to my surprise, he agreed to the terms. And
That's smart. That's super smart. Yeah, so space it out so that way you can get the most juice for the squeeze here off the tweet staying live. I can also promise you, Dylan Dennis has no idea what any of these words he's using here mean. He's used too much punctuation. There's 2 periods in there. That's far more than his reading level permits. He's got percentage sign in there, some underlines, parentheses. Dylan Dennis tapped out once he saw payment structure. He's like, all right, payment. I know that one. Okay, whatever else.
website, which is just a website with all his previous transgressions. Now, I did talk to some
I want to read that one. What was that? I'm bullish on what? These all have the worst names. I'm bullish on Rock Smart Chain. Rocket Raccoon. Hype.
From ZachXBT. He found over 20 projects
Mm.
that Dylan promoted and then tried deleting, where many of them were rug pulls and scams. It was at this point is I drew up a contract for Dylan to sign before this whole thing goes live.
He didn't read it.
And in it, I lay the whole thing out. And this is what I meant by headwinds. This is where he probably will catch us. Because in black and white, I lay out our whole scheme right in front of him. So it literally says, like, you're going to be the butt of the joke. It says people aren't doing due diligence.
Oh,
it says
God.
that we're going to be switching the website to show his prior promotions. So we lay out the whole thing there.
Oh,
and
no.
what we're really banking on is he's not going to read any of this. He's just going to see money and just sign it, which is the whole
100%.
point of this entire
He
thing.
can't
So
read
I
it.
think it fits.
Sending it. All right, and then I'm sending the drive link.
I mean, we've sent the contract now. We're just waiting. We're literally waiting.
He's going to instantly respond with the
Yeah,
sign.
lit.
It's going to be less than 2 minutes.
Oh, I agree, bro. I agree.
It was 3 minutes. I was so fucking close. I was so close.
Idiot.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He agreed.
I was so
and
close.
You might notice that we weren't actually able to use DocuSign and get his signature because it was experiencing outages at the moment, the actual website. But we were able to just have him do a written agreement in DMs that he agreed to our terms. And although
That is real, by the way. If you get in writing something like that, that is actually an enforceable thing. It's not as strong as like a full signature, but that is like actually enforceable. So, what a fucking moron. Holy shit.
go ahead and tweet.
Just refreshing now, I guess. See what he says.
Run
There's
it.
been so much work that goes into this. You guys didn't see this off camera. Dylan starts talking about where's your community. So we have to whip up this community from nowhere.
Oh,
Our
fuck.
community doesn't exist. We had to create a Twitter profile. We had to buy a bunch of botted followers.
An hour ago, it didn't exist.
I don't think I've ever been so excited about something in my life.
Nice.
Dude.
What was the total spend on this, I imagine?
He tweeted it.
Huge.
I can't believe he did it.
He actually did it. He just tweeted it.
What an idiot. I can't believe it. What can I say?
So I knew this tidbit of information real quick before he points it out. The actual tweet just has the word scam in it. Sour NFT candies are moonbound. Scam.
Believe it!
It's so adorable.
What can I say?
They couldn't have made it any more clear.
Which literally spells out in first letters the word scam.
Yep.
I hope this is...
Oh man, Dylan. Now he's ducking CoffeeZilla and Oompaville's attempt to communicate just like he ducked KSI's fight. God damn. It's all he knows. Yeah, he'll never mention this, unfortunately. That's his modus operandi. He just is a fucking perpetual loser, I guess. Oh, I did see that. There was a lot of brain rot takes about how what CoffeeZilla did is actual entrapment. And I'm pretty sure those people are just as CTE riddled as Dylan Dennis to think that what CoffeeZilla did is anything even remotely associated with entrapment. It's not even close. CoffeeZilla did everything possible to let Dylan know what was going on. He even put in the fucking contract he agreed to that it is literally him just being a joke. It's not real. He laid out everything, and he still agreed to it. That couldn't be further from entrapment. The guy got 1K. He did get 1K. He did get $1,000 out of it, so that's a Dylan W, baby. Fucking big one from Dylan! But also lost rep. He had none to begin with. I legitimately don't think Dylan Dennis has a single fan. Like, actually not a single one. People just laugh at him. In fact, if you go to his goddamn giveaway tweet right now, people aren't even participating in the actual giveaway. They're just spamming the clown emoji. Jesus Christ. He can't even, like, actively farm children on Twitter. He doesn't have fans. In the UK right now, there's a product that's more valuable than gold that people are going absolutely wild and wacky over. It's Prime, which is the drink from KSI and Logan Paul. It's being treated like a holy elixir that's understocked and absolutely making people ravenous to get their hands on it. The Prime panic is sweeping the UK, and there will be no survivors. It's like the blood of Christ has been bottled and people can't help but just go fight for it. And it's not because of the taste that's led to this situation, it's because it's become something of a status symbol. Having it makes you cool if you're very young. And if you're very old, having it means you can charge a huge markup for it and scam those kids that are desperate for the attention that it brings online. So there's been a lot of videos of people fighting each other for it. I'll show you a couple of clips.
Oh my god!
People getting in there, throwing hands, boxing each other out like it's basketball, getting ready for a rebound, all just to get their hands on some Prime. I've had it before because in the States it's not rare, it's not hard to come by. I could walk outside right now and find like an unopened pallet of Prime. It's really just in the UK that this hysteria is sweeping the entire nation. It's going absolutely crazy there. So I've tried it, I think it's good, I have no complaints. But I certainly wouldn't be beating some ass and being that desperate to get my hands on a bottle. But you know who is extremely desperate is a place called Wakey Wines that I just recently learned about. Their entire business right now revolves around reselling Prime at a huge price increase, all the way up to £100 for a single can or bottle of Prime. Usually a bottle will be about £2, but Wakey Wines is treating it like it's the fountain of youth juice here, selling it at 100 bottles, or £100 per bottle in some cases, and they're still successfully making sales. They've actually become extremely popular for this. A lot of people are buying it from them. That's how outrageous this whole thing is. Now I want to show you a great video that breaks it all down. This comes from a channel named Fat Memer, and I learned everything there is to learn about Wakey Wines here. You hear the Wakey Wines people made their own drink. What's special about Wakey Wines? They price gouge everything they sell. How are they successful then? Oh, here's a whole thing on it. Let me see.
Mohammed and Abdul, aka the Wolves of Wakefield, have been hitting national headlines over the...
The Wolves of Wakefield. I don't know anything about these guys. They seem like some real goofballs. I promise you, no one is calling them the Wolves of Wakefield besides them. They absolutely gave themselves that name. No shot anyone actually gives that much thought to them aside from like, wow, what a joke.
The last few weeks for reselling Prime at extortionate prices and their viral videos. Ironically, they haven't become known for selling wine, but Prime. Now, of course, because KSI and Logan Paul
I'm assuming they sell more than
Prime,
that, though.
They know that kids are willing to do anything to get their hands on this drink. For months.
But why? But like, actually, why? I still don't see why people are fighting themselves over Prime in the UK. It is abundant in the States. I can go anywhere that sells drinks and they have, like, Prime filled to the fucking brim, literally leaking out of their toilets. It's everywhere. There's not that same chaos here. Why do kids in the UK want to fight each other for Prime? Even if it's from their favorite YouTubers, I don't really get it. Because you just drink it once and then you're done. Expensive and therefore cool. I guess that's kind of become like a pretty common thing. Like if something costs a lot, it's like a status symbol to have it. But it's not like you collect Prime. What, are they putting it in like an acrylic box and stacking it on their bookshelf? I doubt it. They probably get it, drink it for the sake of a TikTok, and then they're done. €100 down the shitter. They collect the bottles to flex on TikTok? Well, you can just order empty bottles though. The flex is they drink it. But it just seems like such a huge price for one TikTok of drinking Prime.
With fluctuating prices between £15 and £30 for the standard Prime drink, and prices now reaching an eye-watering £100 a can for the brand new Prime Energy cans. Wakey Wines have taken
I see. Okay, so the energy's an increased premium because it's newer. I'm assuming it's even more understocked. So now they're charging the moon for that shit. It's like an NFT at this point, goddamn.
Which has led people to discover his dark past. In 2015, Mohammed received an 8-year jail sentence and served 4 years behind bars. At the time, it was reported that he pleaded guilty and was convicted of selling cocaine and heroin. With this...
Yeah, it just reminded me of something totally unrelated to his charges. You guys ever see this video? It just resurfaced today. About the turtle that was smuggling $53 million worth of coke. Yeah, it was back in like 2017. There was a sea turtle that had $53 million worth of cocaine that was strapped to it. That was like fucking El Chapo's pet. They finally got him though. They finally got him. That bastard. He'd been importing this shit for years. 1,800 pounds worth. How long did the turtle serve for? I don't know. I didn't see anything about his trial. All I can tell you is Crash did not take it well after the flop of Finding Dory. Shit was rough. In all seriousness, I hope the turtle's alright. Yeah, I imagine they probably got the cocaine off of it and then just set it free again. Like, I don't think they actually threw it in cuffs or anything. I don't think it's currently sitting in, you know, county. Thanks, Reset Panda. Did I get the name of the turtle from Finding Nemo wrong? Isn't it Crash? It's Crash and Squirt, right? Why are you saying it's Crush? Oh my god, it is Crush. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot.
For my money now, I've got a shop. My dad bought me a shop, and I work hard, and I don't sell drugs now. So I just thought I put it out there rather than everybody else saying Azza's doing this, Azza's doing that, and I'm a changed person. I'm reformed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I see no reason to doubt him. He served his time. I think he doesn't even need to deal drugs anymore. He's selling something far more addictive, and that's clout. So he's able to easily tap into an even bigger market now. Like cocaine, yeah, I'm sure kids are going to get cocaine somehow, but it's a lot harder than just going down to his shop and getting fucking Prime for €100. So it's I believe he probably doesn't deal drugs anymore.
Amounts and high values. It shouldn't be worth £100 for a can of Prime, or 10, 15, 20 pounds for a bottle of Prime hydration. It's absolutely ridiculous and I hate it. To the owner of Wakey Wines, I mean, what you're doing is just unfair, and it's
challenge him to a boxing match, beat his ass.
It's not ethical, it's not nice.
Although to KSI drops the gauntlet. If you can beat me in boxing, you can actually double the price and I'll endorse it. But you lose, you shut down the shop. Make some high stakes out of it. Scalpers are dicks. Yep, no one likes scalpers, literally. I don't know how they're in business, to be honest. They must just be very lucky that some people are so starved for the clout of that TikTok flex of drinking the Prime that they'll pay the £100. But, yeah, no one likes them. Literally no one likes them. I think scalpers are probably like one of the only unanimously hated career paths in the world. Like, even a drug dealer, you can make some arguments for, like, a good drug dealer. He's peddling escapism. Well, he's doing it because he has to feed his family at home. With a scalper, no one's making those arguments. Scalpers just fucking suck across the board. I just checked, it's like 120 American dollars. Yeah, if you convert it to freedom units, it's over $100. It is outrageous. I mean, that's scalping in a nutshell, though.
Fair play, Mo. In fact, if you're a kid and you're paying £100 for a bottle of Prime, then you deserve to get scammed. You've got to write the kid off. He's got no chance.
You know what? I'll make an argument in defense of Wakey Wines. He's teaching kids an important lesson about getting scammed early. And hopefully, it'll be something that stays with them for the rest of their life. Like, wow, what a fucking idiot I was paying £100 for this bottle of Prime. Never doing that again. It's a low-level scam. It's very expensive for a kid. Very expensive in general. So it should be one that would resonate pretty profoundly, I would think. It's not the kid's money, it's the idiot parents. That's possible, I guess. Well, it'll teach the parents an important lesson about not raising a dumb kid. I don't know.
Video emerged of Mo in a nightclub dancing the night away with women of the night. One Twitter user stated, sniffing lines, banging nines, and selling Prime. I mean,
cool slogan.
can you blame him?
Put that on the store.
He's paid his dues to society, and anyway, these kids wouldn't know how to spend their money properly. Wakey Wine seems to be going from strength to strength, and now even have their own song.
Get my scent, you Wakey Wine.
Oh! Wait! This is the Paradox Metaverse crypto place? Where the Amio Talio tried to get like Wakey Wines endorsement behind him and not even they were able to make anything out of it? That's crazy! Wow, they actually just do go scam to scam. So they're even in metaverse scams. Holy shit. Crypto scams. Wait, that's fucking wild. That's a full circle. They're just like this giant fleshlight that scams will filter through. Cool.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to follow me on all of my socials.
This is a great breakdown of it. I didn't know shit about them.
Subscribe, and comment below what you want to see next.
Huge. Good work. That's interesting. What a nice little cameo from previous season supervillains with Paradox Metaverse crypto. How's that coin doing, by the way? Let's take a peek. Oh, jeepers. How did it all go so wrong? Oh, I can't believe it. That's the day chart? Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We should look at how it's doing over the last week. Oh, no. What? How's this possible? Whoa! What was this little pump here? Amio Talio buying on bot accounts. Good work. That was a nice little pump and dump for a day. Literally a day. And then back to rugging it. Did you see kids opening Prime at Christmas? They reacted the same way as a kid getting his first Xbox. That's so cute. It's time we have an important discussion. It's something that I feel I need to publicly address. Stop trying to scam me. 5 days ago, I posted this video saying that I will give $25,000 to anyone who could find some videos I deleted from 2007 to 2010. As I mentioned, I believe it to be an impossible task, but on my Twitch streams, people convinced me that it might be possible, so I figured I'd make it a fun lost media challenge. Since posting that video, I have been inundated by low-effort scammers trying their best to deceive me. Like some real dog shit things like, Charlie, I'll double your Bitcoin and find your videos, just send the 25K first. You know, just like really dog shit garbage attempts to take the money from the challenge without doing any of the work. I started playing RuneScape in 2005. I have been scammed more times than a rich old lady who always answers a telemarketer's phone call. I have been used like a fucking fleshlight by scammers since I was a kid. I was baptized in the flames of scams. I understand scams, how to recognize them, and I'm not that gullible. I don't usually fall for scams anymore. However, the scammers are getting more creative and clever. I was almost fooled by one the other night, and I'll go over that in just a little bit. But first, let me just go ahead and talk a little bit about this Lost Media Challenge. I've received so many emails and messages from people saying that I owe them money because they found my first Gears of War sniper montage, a video that is currently still on my channel. People are literally just going to my channel and sorting by oldest and then saying I owe them money for finding those videos. You think I would pay $25,000 for someone to click 2 buttons on my channel? You think I haven't done that? Again, the challenge was finding the 500 or so videos I deleted from 2007 to 2010. And I'd mentioned I'd pay money per video that was found. And because of this, people have just been sending me random links to old videos that are still on YouTube. All people are doing is typing in the name Critical or Mabo Insano on YouTube and sorting by upload date and going backwards. And they're sending me links to things like my Torquebow Ricochet montage, my Gears of War 2 mini-tage, Bull Talk montage, videos that still exist on YouTube on other people's channels because I sent them there. I never deleted those videos, I sent them there because those were montage hubs back in the day, so obviously I know about them. Those were never lost videos. And what makes this pretty upsetting is in the initial video where I talked about this bounty, I even talked about that. I pulled up the Torquebow Ricochet montage saying, I know this is where people would immediately go to, you know, thinking that it's a lost video, but it isn't. And it makes it very clear that most people didn't watch the whole video or even watch half of it, because I even pulled up Gearsopedia content saying this is not lost videos, so please don't send it. And I have gotten hundreds upon hundreds of people sending me those videos and demanding that I pay them for that. It's fucking sickening. It is swamping up my ass real hard. Those aren't any deleted videos. You're not, hacking into the mainframe and finding these by just searching Critical and going backwards on YouTube. It's like when I posted that video, I lobotomized all these investigators. Like, they just turned their brain off and scrambled to find anything to try and get money out of it. Obviously, I would have looked up Critical or Mabo Insano and sorted by upload date, or looked at old entries on other forums by Googling it. You can't find them like that, which is why I put such a high amount on being able to recover any of these videos. So please, stop just sending me links to YouTube videos that have been up for like 13, 14 years. I clearly know about them because they still show up when you search for them. Another thing people keep sending me is the archive.org dump, which has a lot of videos from my channel on it. And they're saying, look, Charlie, I found all your old videos, so where's my money? But what they didn't even bother to do is looking at those titles to see if those videos are deleted. The answer is no, they're not. In that entire archive.org dump from my channel, all of those videos are still on my channel, except for a couple that got blocked from old copyright stuff. But they're not old videos. Those are like 2014 stuff that got blocked on that dump. So it's not what I was looking for, and no one even bothered to check, and they're still demanding money from me for it. So I just wanted to clear up all of that confusion quickly. All right? Like I said, it's not some easy lost media challenge. It would be something that would take tons and tons of work, and I don't even know if it'd even be possible, because like I said, YouTube can't recover them because this was before YouTube was bought by Google, so they don't have any archives of the deleted videos on their service anymore. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's even really possible. There's only been 2 people so far that have genuinely recovered some old content. One guy was able to find 10 seconds from an old glitch video that I posted, and then another guy was able to find an entire video that was deleted from another person's channel that had a commentary video of mine that I sent to them. From Pixel Enemy's channel, I made a guide for Star Wars Force Unleashed back in 2010, and that channel deleted it at some point along the way, and someone was able to actually recover it. So a bit later than what I was looking for, because it was never a video I posted or anything like that, but even still, that was extremely impressive, and it is actually the only deleted video that has been recovered by someone so far. So yeah, I just wanted to do a PSA on that entire thing before showing you what I believe to be the most clever attempt at scamming me so far. This happened on stream a few nights ago. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/moistcritical. Please stop in, put a few extra inches on your penis. We have a lot of fun over there. I'm probably streaming right now, and I would love to see you there. So come on in and say hello to me right now. Twitch.tv/moistcritical. I'll put a link in the description. I see. This is a pretty good thumbnail. Halo 3 Dark Venom's Lone Wolf game. Let's see. No! Someone did it! No way! There's hope! Someone actually recovered one of the deleted videos. Let's fucking go. Is there audio? Hold on, I have it muted. No fucking way! Wait, how? Yeah, send me either an email or a DM or something. And tell me what kind of work went into this. I'm pretty optimistic now. That's fucking big. So this was one that I deleted, like genuine. This was not uploaded anywhere else, at least not that I'd ever found. It wasn't on archive way back. No random channel, nothing. This was a fully deleted in the void video. So Mabo Insano Hunter, make sure to DM me or email me. Which one? Who put that in the chat? Let me see. And I need to make sure you're like the actual one that did this and didn't just take someone else's work. But yeah, I'll pay for this one. It's 25 grand for the entire bounty, like if you find every single one of them, but I'll go video by video. But I want to know what kind of work went into this. How are you sure this is your video? Because I absolutely remember this. This is the right map. This is the right song. It's the right length. I never went above like 4 minutes. Also back then, you couldn't go above 9 minutes. 9 minutes was the limit, so I kept everything super short. Let me see. Let me see if they show the Dark Venom name. Because maybe you're right. Maybe they did just somehow... It'd take a lot of knowledge to be able to recreate it like this, though. Oh, you might be right. I don't see Dark Venom there. Oh, fuck, you might be right. But how? How would they... Wait, this is very deep now. Everything about this was right, but there is no Dark Venom here. As far as I remember, he didn't have another gamer tag. Because you mentioned the song in your YouTube Bounty Hunter video. That is true, I did mention the song, but I never mentioned the map. I don't think. I don't think I ever mentioned the map. I can't really rely on like my memories of how the match looked, because that's not very reliable. Yeah, you're right, Ashy360 did post it first. Huh, that is very odd. There is no Dark Venom here. Thank you, Twitch chat, for looking out. So Ashy was first, for sure. Comment your name down here, or like your email or something, so I can get in touch. They could have found the map on one of the stills from your video. True. That's true. I also... But this, again, I can't really rely too much on like my memory of the game itself. I don't think he even won the game. From what I recall, I don't remember him winning. I just remember him dropping a decent amount of kills, because like I said, we weren't good. We were never good. So him just doing well was like crazy to us. If you Google Lil John Paul 11, the guy's original channel pops up. Okay, let me see. The murder of John Paul I. That turned up nothing. You were right. That changed everything. I don't know what to believe, man. This has gotten very complicated. That means it's not recreated. That, again, that's why I'm saying it's very interesting. But if this was the Dark Venom game and he was, like, this is all genuine, his name wasn't John Paul. His name was Nelson. Not to throw the guy under, but I have good memory. I remember Dark Venom's name. His real name was Nelson. It wasn't John Paul. So I don't know why I'd have a Lil John Paul name. And I don't think he ever had another one, because I only ever played with him as Dark Venom. And I'm pretty sure when I posted this, this was the title. He got the title right. He's missing an A. It was Dark with 2 A's, but this is it. This is what I titled it. I'm pretty sure he was Dark Venom in that video. I don't recall him being on the Lil John Paul account. What this also could be is someone just found an old gameplay free-for-all on this map and then set it to the song that I used back in the day, since I did mention the song. So they could have found this footage, but it's also not on this channel. So who would have posted this? One of these fucking milk-drinking children that didn't even drop 5 kills? Yeah, it is fake. There's a video by Perplexian Films. So this video is a video from Perplexian Films? Or is this just your channel now? You're right! Those goddamn ruffians! They tried to fake it. Nice. Chat. How did you find this? Actual fucking galaxy brain. That's low. That's pretty goddamn low. Thank you, chat. Huge. You can fool me. Well, I wasn't totally convinced either. I was the one that noticed the name, just saying. But you can't fool Twitch chat. How the fuck did you find this? So they took his video, pixelated it a little. Well, actually, they didn't even really need to drop the quality because it was a 2010 video. And they just put the song to it. Fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I don't think anyone will ever be able to recover those old videos. That's even more so scummy for the money aspect, but also just it's so immoral. You know how badly I want these videos back? To play with me like that? Ugh. You found it because Lil Jon is subbed to him. We have like real detectives in here. Thanks to give some Spider in the Prime Horny. I wonder if I did contact them, what they would have said for how they recovered the video. Just fucking techno mumbo jumbo, just a bunch of jargon that doesn't make any sense. I tapped into the flux capacitors, vibrated at the correct kilojoules, recovered it from the ether. Damn, man, I got so fucking excited. Halt. You've just reached a smile checkpoint. And it's time to pay the fee, so put a big smile on that face. I'm here to help. I've got some amazing news that's going to tug on your heartstrings and make you go, aww. A YouTube scammer was just sentenced to over 5 years in jail for a massive fraudulent operation they've been running for the last half a decade. And boy, howdy I tell ya, it's always a great feeling watching a scammer get their comeuppance. A nice knuckle sandwich from the law. And honestly, he's getting off easy here. His name is Jose Terran, and he is like the Cobra Commander of scammers. This guy is going to go down in history as one of the largest fraudsters in not only YouTube history, but music history as well. Over the course of the last 5 years, Jose has claimed 50,000 songs, meaning that he then took the rights from these songs and all of the money that those songs would generate online went into his bank account. And over the course of the 5 years he's been doing this, he's made roughly $23 million in royalty proceeds from the music he's fraudulently claimed. Bro straight up found a money tree and couldn't help but take a bite from the forbidden fruit, just like in the Garden of Eden. And now he is paying the price. He may have raked in 23 million bones, but now it's coming at the cost of over 5 years worth of his life spent in the slammer. And I really do think he's getting off easy here because this is an absolutely abhorrent case of fraud. But the wildest part is this is actually a very prevalent and out of control epidemic on YouTube itself. This scam is not something Jose came up with. This is very common right now and used by a lot of other shady scumbags. In fact, I'm not here to start pointing fingers here and, calling out sailors on the ship. I'm not trying to lead a mutiny. But there's even some beloved YouTubers that do pretty much exactly what Jose did on a smaller scale. We'll talk about all of that in a minute. I just want to quickly thank today's video sponsor, Opera GX. Opera GX just has so many tools that really allow you to customize it to your liking, as well as even allowing you to limit how much CPU and RAM the browser uses with GX Control. GX Control allows you to enhance your performance on PC when gaming by changing the amount of CPU and RAM you're willing to allocate to the browser, which makes it a lot less of a load on your system, unlike something like Chrome, for example, which is a resource hog. Another great feature is, of course, GX mods, and there's even a mod pack for me on there as well, if that sounds interesting, where you can change browser sounds. Yeah, baby! So yeah, all kinds of customizable wallpapers, and a lot of other interesting things that you can toy around with and adjust thanks to things like GX mods. And when you download using my link, you can see my latest 12 uploads in the Opera GX corner. So if you're interested in starting with Opera GX, you can download it for free in the description. Thanks again to Opera for sponsoring. Before diving into the bigger picture of this whole situation, let's focus on the particulars of Jose's case here. Now, he's considered a person of high risk to reoffend. They even cited that he obtained more than $6 million in personal profits and continued pocketing another $190K of stolen royalties, which he hid. And the hefty sentence was really necessary to deter him from launching future scams because he's planning to remain in the music business. I want to stop it right there. How the fuck is this even considered a hefty sentence? He stole $23 million. 23 million clams that he had no right to, he stole. Now let me walk you through how the scam works. Someone like Jose and other awful people like Jose will set up these fraudulent businesses and they'll go on a copyright claiming bender. Like, we're talking full-blown, like, 10 lines of coke, stay up 24 hours programming bots in order to flag content on YouTube that they will copyright claim to take the money from. On YouTube, when you copyright claim a piece of content, you then get the ad revenue from it, even though it wasn't you who posted the video. This happens to everyone's channel at some point. At some point, someone created a piece of like music or something that plays in the background of a game you're playing or something, and it'll get flagged in the system, and when that's there, you lose all the ad revenue from the content, and it goes to the person who made that piece, or is claiming they made that piece. That's how it works. In theory, it's supposed to be there to protect copyright holders from people that are just re-uploading their shit. Instead of just like taking it down, you have the option to instead just take the money from it and it can stay up. But there's a lot of people that exploit this process, like Jose, where you don't have the rights to 50,000 songs here, but you're still claiming it because YouTube's system is fucking archaic. And there's not a whole lot of safeguards in place. A great example to highlight how unacceptably dog shit the current system is on YouTube, a community member of Destiny 2, just a person, just a, you know, red-blooded, God-fearing human being, a normal person, noticed that this is a complete oversight from the system. And in the Destiny 2 community, he got really fed up with the way Bungie was doing something. They got very upset. I don't want to go into all the details here, so I'm not going to get like too deep into the weeds. But basically, they were disgruntled, and in order to get back at not only the community, but Bungie themselves, they started copyright claiming a ton of content in the Destiny community. And they were claiming it as if it was Bungie doing it. So Bungie got a lot of flack, a lot of shit for it, and then eventually they got so bold and brazen that they copyright claimed Bungie themselves. Bungie's own content that they were posting on YouTube, their Destiny 2 content, this guy started taking the rights of. So it's very exploitable and has been exploited many times. And it's illegal, highly illegal. That guy's facing some serious life-changing repercussions from all of that. And now Jose is as well. But the point is, it is exploited often. It happened a lot and blew up in a big way a couple months back on TikTok, where people started to notice that there's these Spotify accounts set up that just play like random common sound effects like Roblox oof, or like that gong sound effect when something happens, like when you, I don't know, drink milk too fast on TikTok and it's like gong, I'm gonna shit my pants, like those sound effects. Someone had made Spotify accounts and were actually claiming those sound effects so that way they could take the ad revenue from YouTube videos that use them. It's someone that obviously didn't work on any of the sound effects or anything, but they noticed that they could claim the individual sound effects and then take the ad revenue. So the point is, this is a very common scam and it's a fucking problem. And Jose did this for half a decade, claimed over 50,000 songs that were not his, stealing money directly from those artists in order to profit himself, and he's only getting a little over 5 years in jail? I think that is a far cry from a hefty sentence. And the only reason that it's even that high is because they think he's at a high risk for reoffending, which he is, made over $20 million. You think this guy's not going to come right back into, hop onto the saddle again for another 20 million doubloons? Of course he will. So 5 years is comical. This should have been like an absolute statement. They should have made an example out of Jose here with a super serious sentence, because they got to put the kibosh on this shit. It's already out of control, and it's only going to get worse as people realize just how profitable it is to make these fraudulent copyright claims. So I totally disagree that this is hefty. This is light sentencing for this guy. And it's not just him. In fact, there is another one of his associates that is facing sentencing soon, but I imagine it's going to be roughly the same charges and the same time in jail. So it looks like there's going to be a restitution hearing soon, and right now the amount is set at $1.4 million to the victims of this scam, but they're trying to connect with more victims, but it's a little difficult because a lot of them are outside the US. A little insight into how this scam works was highlighted here in the Ars Technica article. It said that Batista, which was Jose's, teammate here, they duo queued to start this scam. They began in 2017, and they started the label known as Media Move. And the goal was to seize unearned royalties by claiming ownership of songs on YouTube that they noticed weren't actively monetized, meaning they didn't have any ads running on it, which is something you can see even as just a viewer. If you go on like a video or a song and there's no pre-roll ad, there's no banner ad or display ad somewhere, you can comfortably say that no one's making money from it. So what they would do is they would target content like that and claim it, which they didn't have the rights to. It's not theirs to do that. But that was their whole business model, hunting this content down and putting it under their umbrella. Eventually, they even partnered with a management group called AdRev in order to give it like more credibility. So it wasn't just immediately red flagged as a huge fucking scam. Like 50,000 songs, that's a lot to be claiming ownership of. But no, it looks like they're partnering with AdRev. This must be legit. So it was kind of deeper than a lot of the other scammers that go this route on YouTube, which is probably why they were so successful and made so much money. This is a great section here, just laying out the timeline. This wasn't exactly like a jump scare to the community. A lot of people had been tipped off about this and fighting against Media Move for quite a while, because obviously the people who made the content that was getting claimed knows that it's a bunch of baloney. Like it's straight up fish paste. They made it, and it's getting claimed by a company they've never fucking heard of before. So they did fight against Media Move for years, but it kept getting pushed aside, it seemed. But in 2019, the IRS launched an investigation after they became a little suspicious with the amount of bank accounts Media Move had that were sometimes registered under fake names. And I really like this section here, so I'm just going to read it. Everyone knows how the scam works, and it's unclear if much has been done to stop future YouTube scammers from using the same playbook and targeting more artists. Artists attempted to bring a class action lawsuit against YouTube to gain access to systems to monitor their royalties and stop royalty theft, but that case was dismissed earlier this month before going to trial. I'll answer that question. Nothing has been done to prevent this from happening again in the future, and it is still continuing to happen right now. I briefly mentioned at the beginning of the video that some YouTubers actually use this same fucking method. Unfortunately, it's become a bit of a nuclear weapon that sometimes these creators will use to either silence criticism or just out of pure greed. An amazing example that we just covered a month ago is Alex Edson of Business Casual when he tried to take down a channel he felt was competition to his. He issued fraudulent copyright strikes. So he went above a copyright claim. He wasn't just taking the ad revenue. He was straight up taking the entire channel down because he believed that that channel used an image that was somewhat similar to an image he used in his video. This just highlights just how broken the system is. So if he wanted to, he could continue to do that and copyright claim other channels and keep making that same argument about like, oh no, that's my image and you stole it from me. And he'd get away with it because the system doesn't have anything in place to stop that. Now, Alex Edson at Business Casual was unsuccessful in his nefarious evil plot. Thank God. But he's still an absolute unforgivable piece of shit for what he's done, and there's a lot of other content creators that engage in similar behavior, maybe not always motivated out of like, getting rid of competition. I need to make sure there's no one left in the world except my channel, so I'm gonna take them all down. But a lot of them are just motivated by greed, where they'll start copyright claiming people's content who like maybe make a meme out of something they did, or even criticize something they did. That's happened a lot over the history of YouTube, so it is unfortunately a system that needs a drastic overhaul, and it's not getting that tender love and care that it needs to be in a good state. So squeaky wheel needs the grease. The squeaky wheel really needs the grease. Otherwise, Jose and Batista here that got 23 million from fraudulently claiming just completely innocent artist music will continue to pop up over the course of the next few years and will only continue to snowball. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this. I think it's great that they did get caught and are being punished. I just wish the punishment was more severe because I just don't think the punishment fits the crime here. They likely won't even serve their full time in jail, and they got away with so much money for quite a long period of time. So I think the sentencing needed to be harsher, and hopefully as more people are caught doing this, the sentencing will continue to increase. So that way it can finally deter people from trying it more in the future. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.